Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Luke Gygaxer, host of GaryCon 13. Thank you very much for joining us for this very special game that we have going tonight. We are playing High Plains Drifters with DM Andrew Cosby and an all-star cast here. We'll introduce ourselves here in a minute. I just want to thank everyone for joining us. And remember, we are raising money for Extra Life tonight. So please, if you haven't, go to extralife.org, join Team GaryCon, and donate. There'll be opportunities throughout this game to influence the outcome of the game, whether you want to be to help us out or to aid the powers of chaos that work against us. But without further ado, let me pass the baton to Andrew Cosby, and you can go ahead and get us started.
Hey guys, well, welcome and welcome to these awesome players. Thanks for joining us tonight. I don't know, like if we want to go around real quick and introduce everyone's characters, it's probably the best way to start. I will warn everyone that this is like the first time I've DM'd anything on Zoom. I am sort of semi-new to 5e, so I'm sure I'm going to make lots of mistakes. So if you're a rules, guy or girl out there, you'll probably be able to like turn it into a drinking game if you want. How many times Cosby screws up and forgets to roll for initiative or whatever. But anyway, let's get started with our awesome cast of players. And again, to all the players, thank you for joining us. To everyone out there in the audience, thank you for joining us. And yeah, if you really want to stick it to these guys or help them out, feel free to donate. It's all for charity. Who wants to go first?
I think we could just start with, we'll start in the upper left hand with the one and only Deborah Ann Woll.
Oh, me. Hi. Yeah, I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I am playing Bryn. I am a centaur druid. So as I was saying, I believe I take up 2 squares, which is very exciting. Might make it hard to fit through small spaces, but because I'm a druid, that shouldn't be a problem. I haven't played, this is a high level adventure, and I haven't played a high level adventure in a while, so I'm excited to see what kind of damage we can do. So
we should mention that 2 squares is also Matthew Lillard's rap name. So.
I think he posted pictures of DJ 2 Square just today. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, check out his Instagram.
Face to your face, not. My name is Matthew Lillard, also known on the streets as 2 Square. Tonight I'll be playing Maramir. Stand by, Merriman, a Tabaxi bard, and I as well have not played a 12th level character in a long time, but I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share the table. I'm excited on the last day of GaryCon to wear a Hawaiian shirt, which is traditional for GaryCon. If you can't be here in person, it's nice to be here and spending time with you guys, and I'm excited to play.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Alicia Marie.
Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie, and I'm really excited to be here and in my Hawaiian-esque shirt. Today I'm excited AF to be playing a very unorthodox Way of the Drunken Master Kalishtar monk. Her name is Fallon. She's 24 years old. She lies about her age sometimes for dramatic effect. She's a little bit of a hypochondriac, maybe a little eccentric, but she means well, I promise.
All right, thank you. And David Harbour.
Hey, I'm not wearing a Hawaiian shirt. This is sort of the kind of the British version of a Hawaiian shirt, maybe. I'm playing Krog, the Krog McArt. He's a barbarian, but he was he was kind of ripped from his mother's level 12, ripped from his mother's womb, but raised by a sort of humble family, and he's just sort of this demure guy, but underneath his body just craves blood and carnage, and this sort of comes out. He does believe that the world will end with just a great battle of the strongest will survive, and there'll only be one, and so he really believes in dominance and carnage and bloodshed, and that's kind of what he's all about.
Excellent. I'll be playing Melf this evening. He is a wizard. I played him since I was about 8 or 9 years old with my dad through Greyhawk, lots of classic adventures. I was fortunate enough to have a couple spells captured in the rule sets, and I hadn't played them for a long time, and then with the advent of streaming and doing some other things, I've had the opportunity to play them several times and kind of get reacquainted with them as an adult. So really looking forward to it, and another epic adventure. So better be good.
So is that whole story about your dad a way to like get me not to kill your character tonight? Is that?
I was hoping we could touch on some, I'm looking for some sympathy here. I don't want to. It's been like 40 some years. You can't kill it.
I guarantee you, I will jump in front of any lightning bolt before.
Agreed.
The character.
You have 2 squares of cover right here.
Yeah, this has just become the Save Melf campaign. All right, so let's jump in. Normally, this would, I think when you start a campaign like this, it's always like, well, where was everyone when we last caught up to them? But in this one, it's pretty easy because every single one of you, regardless of what you were doing 10 minutes ago, suddenly wakes up, you feel incredibly ill, you're vomiting up this sort of like nasty iridescent fluid, you're covered in it, and you find yourself in what looks like the brig of a sailing ship. The only difference is this one has windows, and outside the windows, you actually see stars and what looks like some sort of cosmic storm going on.
Are we in the same cell?
You're all in the same cell, yeah.
And we don't know each other.
No, you never met.
I attack Kron. The mighty shall win.
Yes.
There can only be one.
Yes, there can only be one. This is finally the great contest I've waited for.
I cast Fireball immediately.
We can't take this guy anywhere.
Well, that was awesome. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's game.
Have a good night.
All right, we'll see you later.
I immediately jump to my feet and I say, "This is interesting. Who are you people? And where am I? I demand to know now."
Well, I don't know you should be making demands of anyone, but I will tell you, I am Melf, champion of the universe.
Well,
Just kidding.
Oh, well, Mr. Teddy.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I've read of your arrows in books for many years.
My name is Melf. I am a wizard. I recognize that we seem to be doing some sort of strange planar travel, or perhaps going across the multiverse. But I know not how we came here or why we are ill or covered in this disgusting fluid. But who are you?
Well, I am Merriman. So I'm a tabaxi, which is, if you don't know what tabaxi is, a cat-like form. He's in the stands upright, but he's a cat, and he's a white cat with he's a long white cat with hair is long hair, and he's blind in one eye. He has no peripheral vision on the right hand side, so he makes sure that Craig's on his left, and he's in red leathers, and he says. He says, "Well, I am. I was there. I was in the woods, entertaining guests as you were. It was a delicious evening, and here I am now. And I am a bard. So if someone is in need of celebration or healing or a poem, I am at your service. And I assure you, I mean you no harm. I believe we are all in the same predicament, are we not?"
Bryn I've been sort of sitting back in the corner, so most of my sort of lower half is somewhat hidden in the shadows. But as I stand, and I'm then quite tall, 6'4", 6'5", looming over the group. I don't know how tall the barbarian is, but strong, large presence. My whole upper body and even my head is covered in like leathers and hides and grass and all kinds of things I've pulled from nature to create this sort of cloak that then goes down across my back. But you can see on my haunches, I suppose. It's kind of a mottled brown, white, dark black, all kinds of different colors in my hide. So I get sort of get up and get a presence, and I just want to kind of, I'd like to sort of take a circle and take up some of the space, sort of own a little bit of it. And I'd like to go around to the window and try to see if I can see anything, make anything of where we are, understand anything of what's going by outside.
You
All right, so the first thing you notice is that the windows don't seem like they're necessarily made of glass. There's something there. It shimmers oddly, but you can feel that it's solid, but it's not any type of glass you've ever seen before. And it's a pretty large window, sort of like a porthole, but much bigger. And outside, like I said, you see stars and you see planets, but you see like a wispy, sort of like smoky substance makes you think you're caught in some sort of storm. You've never seen anything like it, of course. And occasionally, the vessel you're on will shudder violently.
Okay.
And when that happens, one of you is psionic, correct? Someone here.
I don't think
Not me.
No, okay.
I have
So
some
when
telekinetic
I
ability,
can
but
be
I don't
though.
think-
when that happens, you feel almost like a pressure, in your head. Like if you knew what a pineal gland was, you would go, "Oh, my pineal gland itches."
Right. Of these constellations and planets and things, as someone who would study the heavens and the moon and worship those things, is there anything I recognize? I might have a sense of where we're traveling.
Nothing seems familiar. Nothing at all.
I turn around back to the group and I say, "This is indeed strange, fellow travelers. I see nothing that reminds me of the realm from which I come." I do say a lot. You can tell that this is not someone who's accustomed to speaking very often. I wish to entreat with all of you that we work together to find our way out of this place and back to our homes. I miss my home.
And you say this right near the window. You're sort of standing there.
I'm standing in front of it. I imagine sort of silhouetted very majestically by the dust
by the
going by
window.
outside.
2 squares.
Highlit by the moonlight. Okay, so Fallon is sitting cross-legged on the ground, and her hands are just sort of like this, and her eyes are closed. She doesn't appear to be breathing, but you can tell she's alive because she's sitting. But when she hears Bryn speak, she holds up one hand, and her eyes open up, and her eyes are completely white, but she has a blue eye in the middle of her palm. But when she closes her hand, her eyes turn the blue of the eye that was in her palm. And she looks at Bryn and says, "What are you doing? Are you trying to scare me? You try to give me a heart attack and make me poo my trouser. What do you want?"
She says, "Nature will do as nature does. If you poo your trousers, that is your nature. I try not to affect those around me. I am merely who I am."
Oh, well, all of you, listen here. Come here. You, she points over to Merriman. Listen, I am 277 years old. Do not sneak, do not poke, do not scare me.
So Krog, having grown bored of the conversation, because that's basically sort of your personality type, you've already started to look around the room as you're like licking the
I'm still trying to figure
substance.
out a way out what this
It doesn't taste good or really bad or much of anything at all. But as you're doing that, and Krog's playing with it, you happen to notice that there's some sort of figure that's flattened against the wall on the other side of the cell, and that's when you also realize, looking around, you don't see an exit to this cell, but you do see there seems to be some sort of, like, it looks kind of partially human, but it may be something that was constructed. Maybe if you're anyone of you familiar with what a warforged is, it looks like it might have been a warforged at some point, but it is literally flattened as if someone threw it against the wall and crushed it.
Up against the back wall of this ship thing? Of the cell of the ship thing?
Up against the hull, yes.
All right. I'm gonna start to make my way towards that thing while still not having spoke to anyone else or really caring about their conversation. I'm just gonna start to walk towards that figure, just entranced, wiping the stuff, and reach out and try to touch it.
Okay, so the closer you get to it, now you know for sure this is what you would probably call like a non-auto man, like some sort of warforged, being that's been crushed against this wall. The closer you get, you can almost feel like a slight breeze, but it's a breeze going in the opposite direction, as if you're being drawn toward the wall.
Okay. By a warforged, you mean it's some sort of like golem, some sort of like mechanized,
like a mechanized man, basically. Yes.
And it's just the imprint of him. It's
like it looks like someone smashed him up against the wall. Yes.
Okay. So as I get closer to this, I'm going to go towards the drafty area and stuff. Is there like a break in the boat, in the wall or something? Where's the draft coming from?
As you examine it, you start to realize the draft is actually coming from underneath the warforge. It looks like he's blocking some sort of a hole that was there in the wall.
Okay. All right. I turn back to everybody over there talking about, all that stuff. And they go, pardon me, chaps. I think we should go and investigate this situation over here. I feel a little breeze coming from this end. Perhaps we could get out of here while I still have time. While I'm still not particularly bloodthirsty. I'd like to get out of this situation, please.
Oh, what glorious leadership that was. No, I want to stay. Yes, of course. I'll come over to investigate. And as I'm there, I'll kind of like take some of it off of you and lick my paw. And as I start to clean myself.
What are you doing? Do you want a litter box?
I'm not talking about this disgusting thing. I'm talking about the underneath this machine here. There's some sort of draft or something. I can't. Will you help me get this thing off of it, please?
While they're talking, I wave my hand in a wide circle and I cast find traps. So it reveals to me whether there are traps present. I don't learn the location, but I learn the general nature of what they do.
Okay, as you do that, you actually see that there was a trap here that was triggered, and maybe that's what happened to this warforged.
Okay.
But the trap has been triggered.
So I sense no danger present.
No danger. Yeah.
Okay.
No danger.
So as I come down, I say, it appears we are safe for the moment. I agree. We should leave this place as quickly as possible. What is it that you said, sir?
I just walked over here toward this machine shadow wall figure thing, and I just got up next to it, and there's a breeze coming from underneath it. I just wanted some reassurance. I'd like you all to come over here and help me with this situation.
Is it breathing? Can you tell if it's alive?
I think there's just a door underneath it or something. I'm not sure.
So
Stand aside. I'm gonna step back. Do I have 30 feet? How wide is this space?
Yeah, the room's about 30 by 30.
About 30 by
So
30. I'm gonna go all the way to the back and say, excuse me, to the side. And I'm gonna run and charge and hoof at it to try to break through it.
How much damage do you do with your charge?
Let's see.
Feel like it may be if we open that thing, God knows where it's gonna go. It's into the ether of space. Maybe we leave the warforged.
I do 7 points of damage.
Smashed against the side of the wall.
You could have spoken up before.
Let us have a plan.
We just do the thing.
So he's having. So Two Squares is having this conversation as she hurtles past him. Nails the warforge. The warforge kind of falls to the side a little bit, and we see that that the hole in the wall is leading to the rest of the vessel. So it's not to the outside.
I turn and I give him a withering look.
And as you do,
be the last one. It will not be the last.
And as you do that, the what used to be the warforge kind of like shakes and rattles back to life for just a moment, and it's like, no, stop, you can't, stay, danger, and then just flatlines.
All right.
What was that?
I say, just step over his corpse as we go on past. Just nothing new.
Yeah, we shouldn't worry at all.
Danger is everywhere.
Let's just charge into the abyss. I already hate our group. And I'm pretty confident it's going to be the end of my brand new 12th level character. I
have never played with you where you like our group. So.
Fair enough.
Let me see.
I will follow Craig into the battle. Melf, stay behind me. You must live no matter what.
Must live.
All right, as I walk forward through this portal, we walk over the corpse of this Warforged, and we're in, what is it, another room? What do we see?
Yeah, so when you step, like, Krog kind of pushes past everyone to get his peek through the hole. It's just large enough for him to fit through, so pretty much everyone else will fit through. That includes you, Bryn. And so Krog looks, peeks out, looks left, looks right, or in his case, it's his right and his left. And you just see sort of like what looks like the interior of a ship's hold. There's some cargo, there's some, old blankets, but what's most notable is that there are figures lying everywhere that have died in obviously horribly different situations. Everyone, some limbs have been torn off, some have been smashed into the ground, others have their necks, heads turned completely around. There was obviously a battle that took place inside the hull of this ship. And they appear to be human. Most of them are, it's very, very dark in here, so you can't really make out more than the fact that there are dead figures lying everywhere.
Are they covered in that same slime stuff at all?
That's a good question. You see that some of them seem to maybe at one time or another have had it on them. Their clothes seem to be stained with like crusty bits of it.
We haven't tried to identify it yet. I mean, is it natural? Is it something I could make a nature check on, or?
It doesn't feel natural to you. It's just the incandescent nature of it feels very strange to you. You certainly, it doesn't necessarily seem magic, but it definitely does not seem natural.
And when Miraman took a bite or a taste of it, nothing happened to him, right?
No.
Nothing happened to him?
Not yet.
No real taste to it. That's the strange part. It really doesn't taste of anything.
It made him grumpy.
Okay, so does anyone have any buffs that is anyone want to cast a buff? Do we want to do anything before we go looking for the danger?
Sure. I mean, I'll drag my hand down my face, and I'll down and stone skin. My skin turns a little gray and sort of seems to crack and harden where you can see it.
Okay.
As this is happening, the ship again shudders more violently than before, and it feels like it tilts. And as it does, I'm saying this in your terms and player terms, gravity reverses, and you're suddenly thrown up against the side of the wall. So now you're all on the wall of the ship.
Okay.
Perhaps we better find the apparatus that serves as the control mechanism for this strange vehicle. It seems that as if everyone is slain and we're going.
But why were we protected?
At random. I do not know.
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. It lasts for an hour.
It just takes off.
So I'm gonna say this has been lovely, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to be sure I'm not the first one attacked. And I immediately cast invisibility and disappear.
Somebody find that cat.
So we're on the ceiling.
Something.
Did all the bodies and everything come with us, or are they still on the floor?
They all flopped and fell everywhere.
Everything, all fell. Okay.
Yeah, everything fell. Everyone, and now you're kind of realizing the mess of this place might be because this sort of thing has happened before.
Right.
And now that the bodies have kind of turned over, you notice that all of them have what look like starfish type creatures attached to their faces.
Oh my
Face
God.
hugger type
Face
territory.
huggers.
Who put her in charge?
Game over, man.
We're
Game
all
over.
gonna die, man. We're all gonna die.
All right. I have no
Okay.
idea what's going on.
Well, let's
Yeah, I know.
Revoke your
Describe the
nerd
room
card.
A little bit more. Are there these windows on the sides of the room still?
Yeah, there's basically windows placed throughout the vessel that allow you to see outside, and even more so now that you're out of what is ostensibly the brig. And now that you're outside of that, the windows are much larger, and you notice that you are definitely caught in what looks like some sort of violent cosmic storm.
Right. And it's too dark to see like what's at the other end of this space. Is that what you said?
No, there's no light. There's no light in here
Yeah.
at all.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go ahead and produce flame so that we at least so that some of my people, the people without dark vision, can see.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is there an
You know what?
obvious-
Actually, go ahead.
Is there an obvious entrance or exit to this passageway?
It looks like there's probably exits on the far end of either hall. It's kind of like a long hallway.
Okay, so
Well,
I'll go
We
ahead.
came in past the wharf frame thing, and then you're saying there's an exit like continuing on further down.
Yeah,
Is
it
a
looks like if
door,
you
is
went
it a
down to the
stairway?
end of either end of this sort of larger room that you're in now, larger hallway that you're in now, there might be more light. It looks like one area might even go up toward the deck. Imagine that you're in the hold of a ship,
Yeah,
but the hold itself is compartmentalized. So you're in like the left compartment.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll pull. I have this, from back inside my cloak. I pull out this long sickle handled, and all along the side, it's like glowing blue runes, and they're all kind of moons in different phases. And I'll hold it ready, and I'll start to step forward slowly, one at a time, down towards the other end. But I'm sort of ready for something.
Okay.
I'm sort of fascinated by this goo still and sort of the stuff, and I'm gonna go over and check out those starfish. Go over and like see these figures, and I'm gonna get my hand right up close to that thing. I have no intelligence or wisdom or anything, so I can't make any sort of check except for my hand check, which is to touch said starfish face hugger thing. I'm gonna reach out and just grab it like the dumb barbarian that I am.
Perfect. Well, as you reach out and grab it, it basically just reverses and grabs onto your hand.
Ah!
Aw.
Damn it!
Hug.
You take 3 points of damage from its bite,
What?
and it is now sucking on your hand.
Oh my God, I go like that. I go like that immediately.
Take it off.
Slam it. And I have like, wait, and you know what I do actually? Immediately when this thing bites me, I go into my barbarian frenzy mode, like almost automatically. I just frenzy and I'm like, Grog! And I just like throw this thing with all the force of my bulging biceps and deltoids just against that wall.
So as you do that, like you guys suddenly see, and like Brian, you turn around when you see him do this. Everyone turns to this barbarian, like yelling out crazy barbarian god names, and he like flicks this thing off of him toward the wall, and it spins like a shuriken, flies through the air, and it slaps right on Melf's face.
Oh my
Just in time.
I attacked the barbarian. Get the barbarian off the ship.
So much for working together. Come on.
So Melf, I need you to make a quick fortitude save for me.
All right, I am wearing a displacer cloak, but I think it wasn't an aimed attack, so I think I just take it in the face.
No, it was definitely a bad luck
Okay.
attack.
All right. All right, so I need a con save. All right, 19 plus 4 is 23.
All right, you actually take no damage from it.
All right.
You're just wearing a starfish.
And it's
He's
attached
just wearing
to
a starfish on your face.
All right.
Get that off your face.
It's another day at the office. Another day at the office.
I'm immediately like, sorry.
Can Fallon walk over? Oh, go ahead, Matt. You were saying.
Go ahead, Fallon.
I would like to magic missile this thing off of my face, if at all possible.
Can Fallon go over with her staff and sort of like try to pry it off Melf's face, while at the same time trying to establish mind link, where it gives the creature the ability to speak telepathically with me for 1 hour, and I can speak to it telepathically as well.
Gotcha.
Okay, so she goes over and she's like, "Stop moving." and she tries to like pry the starfish off of Mel's face.
Okay, the moment you try to establish a mind link, I need you to roll a will save.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good.
A 10.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. And your magic missile works fine. And the thing burst open. Blood comes pouring out of it like a fat tick. So obviously it was feeding off of the dead
Right.
people. But the blood has bits of chunky stuff in it.
I'd like to examine that again with knowing animals and nature
Mhm.
and blood.
Mhm.
Is, can I gather any information about where this came from, what it does? Should we be worried about its mama?
From you looking at it,
It's
you really like
giant,
from what's left of it. It's kind of frazzled from the magic missile.
right?
It does feel to you like to sort of like be mimicking any sort of like bloodsucker, like a tick or a leech. But you notice what's particularly odd about it is in the gore, it looks like a lot of brain tissue.
Interesting. Okay. I pointed out, I say, this appears to be sucking the brains of these individuals as well as their blood. It seems very dangerous to me. Krog, you'll be fine. Clearly.
Does this appear
Very
to
little
be
brain to
Right,
suck.
because I don't have my brain in my hand. Oh wait, you were making another joke. I see.
Does it appear
Hang
to
on a
be
moment.
No.
Is this some sort of illithid creature, perhaps?
Do you have knowledge of the illithid?
I do. I have encountered the illithid before.
What
All
is
right.
the illithid for those of us that don't know?
Well, Melf
My-
might tell us.
Mind flayers. A mind flayer. They are humanoid and they have tentacles here in a mouth, and they usually they control people's minds and then enslave them, and they eat their brains later once they've.
So give me a knowledge check on that.
That's sort of what I meant by its mom. Is there something scarier that it came from that we need to be worried about?
I did very poorly. So if it's like an Arcana check, I got a 12. If it's a nature check, I got an 8.
It's more of an Arcana check.
Okay,
you
12.
you know that it's somehow connected to the illithid as a race, but you don't know any details about it. It's a very you've heard sort of rumors of a rare creature that might basically feed for the illithid, and then they in turn feed from it, but that's all you know.
Oh.
I'll share this information and say this appears to be some sort of deep, underdark, vile creature, friend of the drow, inherently evil and illithid. So be aware. There's definitely going to be some sort of mental attacks on you and attempts to control your brain.
Put the
Krog
barbarian in
looks
front.
especially vulnerable.
Well, I think we should burn it all. So I like take out a flint and like a torch and everything. It's like, let's burn this ship down. I start to light the torch.
I'm actually gonna take a moment and I'm gonna say, on behalf of my art, I would like to, and he'll sing a small song and go over and gently touch your face. He's invisible, but you feel like a slight pressure with
face?
Hold on a sec, Krog. It just, both Melf and Krog, he touches both of you. He takes his cat-like claws and he just barely scratches your face. And he gives you both bardic inspiration. So you both can add a D10 to any roll for the next hour.
Oh, so essentially,
Sweet.
it's like a cat scratch fever right there. All right.
Scratch
think-
fever. And he kind of like
your ears.
purrs in, you can't see him, but he kind of purrs in your ear. This
Very gentle.
Strangely unsettling.
But the two of you now have delicious bardic inspiration for the next hour. A D10. Oh,
E10, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's actually, I take it back. It's for the next 10 minutes. So
All right.
Are we aware that you've done this, or it's just sort of this mysterious sense that comes on our faces and we're just like, we don't even
you can feel the magic.
You're just like a generous dude, like no reason, just doing this, even though you hate this group.
hates
You
all
just
of us.
wanna, like,
I just hate the way you approach the whole thing.
Well, is the fact that I'm going to light our entire ship on fire a problem? Anyone? It doesn't seem to be. I'm going to light this thing. I really am going to burn us all down.
I think
Merriman
Merriman.
I'm dumb enough to do it.
I'll say, I like where your head is at. However, a controlled burn will be much better for us than something wild. At which point I say, perhaps we gather them in one clump and burn them all together, but isolate them from the rest of them.
Poor legs.
I want to ask one. Can I use Mind Link to ask one of them a question? Like maybe it has information for us.
You gotta talk to the
Well,
stuff.
as long as you feel safe, mind linking with a creature that eats brains.
Yeah.
Little horse, I have sight.
Little.
Well, big, huge,
Two
scary
squares.
horse.
Squares.
Oh, you are so massive.
Seahorse.
It's kind of a turn on too. I have psychic resistance, and I also consulted with the stars.
So Fallon, as you try to mind link with the little starfish guy, you suddenly realize there's a mind somewhere on this ship that you touched on that's much bigger than anything in these creatures around you. The creatures around you kind of seem to be sort of semi-mindless, but there is a greater presence somewhere on this ship.
Oh,
Who are you? And how did you get us on this ship? I was on a very good date before this.
Amidst languages that you couldn't possibly understand, you do get one word that comes through, and that is the word come.
Excuse me.
I
think we should go somewhere. All of us.
Okay, the ship shakes violently again. Everyone's thrown to the other side. I need everyone to roll reflex saves.
Darn it.
It's a DC. It's actually a DC 12. So let me know if anyone fails.
Yeah, 23.
All right.
Actually, 22. I lied.
I failed. but because
17.
of- I failed, but because of stone skin, I take no damage from non-magical stuff.
There you go.
I got a 9. How's 9?
Oh well, I guess I have resistance, so I have to take some damage. I'll take half.
Nine's not good, but you only take 2 points of damage,
Oh,
I have to take half, so you can roll.
and you take one point of damage, Bryn. So I just basically, when it happens, Bryn and Krog smash into one another as they go tumbling to the other side of the ship. Everyone
I'm
else kind of,
particularly hard right now, so.
of course, the monk lands perfectly on her feet. Everyone else lands okay. But as this latest shudder happens, you feel that pressure in your head again, and what looks like a portal opens up on the far end of the hall that you're in, and gnomes just start pouring through it.
oh.
And they're covered. They're covered in the same weird fluid.
Okay. So I know a little bit of Gnomish from my times adventuring in the hills near the Lost Caverns of Sajkan. So I will speak in Gnomish to them and say, "Hail, friends! Where did you come from?"
They're completely insane and they're running at you.
Okay.
Like they're just, you get nothing from them. There's gibberish. They don't have any weapons. They're just running insane at you.
Okay.
So I would say roll for initiative, but you definitely can get initiative on them.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in order just what's on my screen. It's going to make it easier. I want to keep combat and everything like that tonight very light and very quick. So we'll start with Merriman. Merriman, you've got a little small vicious army of gnomes that are pouring through a hole, running straight at you.
I am invisible, so I'll immediately step behind Krog and grab Melf and have him behind me.
All right. So let's go to Fallon.
I am 15 with my initiative roll.
Okay, so these gnomes are racing at you. What do you want to do?
Oh, they're racing at me. Okay, she's going to immediately grab her staff and she's going to step forward and say, "Who are you and what do you want?" But she steps right next to Krog. She's ready to go with her quarterstaff.
All right. Bryn?
Oh boy. As one runs past me, I'd like to grab him by the sort of scruff behind, the fabric at the back of his thing and pull him up and look at him. And as I hold it, I'd like to cast, whatever he's got, I probably have to use that. Let's go ahead and do it. A greater restoration on him.
Okay.
So I can end a charm or a petrification. I can end a curse, or an effect reducing their hit points. Essentially, if they're hypnotized or transformed or terrified or any of that, I can kind of cancel it out.
It seems like he's calming down,
Okay,
and like some sort of like semblance of sanity is returning to his eyes.
Cool. So I hold him up and just with my last, I say, "We are not here to hurt you. You must tell us where you have come from and what has happened to you and your people."
All he does is saying gnomish to you. My God, it's full of stars.
Okay, I don't. Speak
And so,
Gnomish.
Krog,
so
you're
I hold
next.
him out to Melf.
Yeah,
as he
so
says that.
as she's saying, we're not here to hurt you, I pull out the maul, my enormous +2 maul, and I'm going to try to bust as many of these gnomes as I possibly can. How many gnomes are coming at me? I mean, you said there are like 5 of them or so?
No, it's a dozen. It's a good dozen gnomes.
Yeah, a good dozen gnomes. All right, I feel like I could get a bunch of them. I mean, I got this enormous beast of a maul. My attack, I'm gonna just attack like just a group of them. Just swing it like
Sure.
like Sauron in that thing. Just like whoa. See if the momentum itself can hurl a couple of them against the wall. So I roll 19 to hit, and then it looks like the maul.
Oh shit! I'm keeping it fun for you. Roll 2d6 to see how many of these gnomes you're able to squash.
Nice.
Oh,
That's nice. Mean.
2d6.
Yep.
4, 2, 6.
So basically, you swing through half of these gnomes, and it just obliterates them, just completely. They just parts go everywhere.
Oh,
and you're just like,
my eyes just roll back, and I'm just in such ecstasy, and I just start going like, oh, so happy. I'm just so happy.
And Bran, you think you hear one go, "Oh, Pippin, no." The one you're holding just squeaks,
Yeah.
"Oh, Pippin, no."
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy.
Frodo was up in there too. So how many more we got? Are there a bunch?
There's five more. Yeah. By the way, the portal has closed up, and these gnomes are drenched in the same weird fluid that you guys were drenched in.
Right.
Oh, innocent gnomes, time to meet your maker.
Aww. I'm saving mine.
You saving your gnome?
I'm gonna keep my gnome
for us. You gonna
I kind of took my action to get Melf behind me, and I moved. So I'll wait until you.
Melf, what do you want to do, buddy?
If I can step around Merriman and shoot a burning hands and hit these 5 guys, I will.
Do it. Yeah, no problem.
All right, so it's 3d6 worth of damage. Not the best. It looks like 11 points of damage.
All right, roll me die 6.
All right. 5.
That's 5 gnomes. Take 11 points of damage. They burst into flames, and they just continue run screaming down the hallway.
Oh.
They're obviously totally insane.
I'm so happy. Sweating.
Barbecue gnomes.
So wait, we have one gnome that is saved by Bryn, right?
I am hugging him as close as I can.
Saved is a strong term.
These people are crazy.
He's semi-sane.
He's semi-sane. Okay. I
just lied to him.
Can Fallon walk over to Bryn and her hanging gnome and sort of smack him in the ass with her staff?
You can try. I mean, I'm protecting him. I will try to stop you. I sort of back up as I see you coming. And I look around and I say, "Barbarians, all of you."
Yes, and I'm like, throw him. And I'm like holding it like a baseball bat. Like, come on, awesome.
I say, no, we show respect for all living beings, all living creatures.
I want to ask him what he
I
came
hold him
from.
up. I apologize for the massacre that has occurred on this terrible evening. We did not kill the face huggers, and yet we killed these innocent souls.
Ask him what he's coming from. Ask him what he's running from.
So yes, which is what I asked before, and I say, I do not speak his tongue. You, sir, Melf, I'll point to you. I say, you speak their tongue. I've heard you.
Yes. So I'll say, who are you and where are you from?
Okay, so he's not capable of holding a conversation with you, but you do get from the things that he's muttering in his sort of rapidly dwindling sanity that something happened between where he was and here. He saw things that no gnome should ever see, and it just destroyed his mind. He's talking about gods that are turned his mind inside out, and creatures of the abyss, and things that should not be that are. This gnome stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back.
Bryn, you will show him a mercy if you slay him out right now. He is suffering.
All right.
Krog, I've never seen a character more excited than Krog right now. Throw it.
If you throw him up in an underhand pitch to Krog, that'd be the most merciful thing you can do.
I clutch him closer, and I just close my eyes, and I hold my cheek close to his, and I just sort of breathe in and out very slowly and try to calm him a little bit, and try to feel the tremble in his body, try to confirm if what Melf is saying is true, if I can sense that he is too far gone. And as he is, I just wrap my hand further around his face and twist his mouth.
Yeah, if it makes
Bravo.
True color.
Nicely done.
But I do cradle him, and I look in his face, and I stare at the rest of you, and I say, this will not be forgotten. And I hold him, and I'm going to put him in my pouch and take him with me.
Okay, so you've got a dead gnome in your pouch now.
I have a dead gnome in my pouch.
And after she does that, I just turn to her and I just go, "Are you free for dinner?" God damn.
You have work to do. Small brain man.
We have learned much. We have learned much of our group already, have we? We are fully fleshed out. I know exactly every one of you are. Our chances of survival grow, for you are mighty and strong, and you will do what it takes to survive. Now,
so Fallon, while they're talking, you see past them as like everyone's kind of dealing with this gnome crisis. And you notice there's just a huge floating, what looks like, and again, you can't see it very clearly from where you're at. It just looks like a huge floating eye that's looking at you. It blinks once and then floats off, floats around the corner.
Someone is watching us.
I'll move invisibly down to the end of the hall towards where that eye was, and see if I can move stealthily and see if I can look around the corner, see if there's anything there.
All right. So you get to the end of the hall, and there's actually a much larger room on the other side of the side you're on.
Okay.
And you catch a glimpse of it looks like an amorphous figure, roundish, with tentacles dangling off of it that disappears to the upper deck. But as you look around the corner, you see four of these mind flare things with they're kind of a weird purplish skin, vaguely humanoid, tentacles for mouths. And as you peek around, you're invisible, but all four of them turn and look directly at you.
I cast Fireball. I'll drop
Rocket.
a Fireball on them. And I'll send I'll say, I found them. I found them.
We should stay in here while he's in there.
All right, do your fireball.
Oh, this feels so good. It's a dex 17 for save.
All right.
40 damage fire.
And save is for half? Is that the?
Yep. A terrible roll, but fun to throw. And then with that, I become visible, and I will I'll double back and and I'll say to the group, they are imminent.
Okay, so the fireball just you. I mean, I don't know who else can see this, but basically, you just see this guy haul back, toss this what looks like a little round ball,
Yeah,
and as it
so when I do it, I cast it, kind of comes into my paw, and I throw it, and a hurling white little ball grows as it expands into a white fireball, and all that fire is burning white.
and you can just hear this massive whoosh of flame from the other hallway. Some of it blows back, but there's no damage. And it looks like it obliterates two of them instantly.
Nice.
Two of the illithid just go up.
Nice.
The other two, you don't see what happens to them.
Okay. I make my way back and to make sure to put Krog in front. Krog, I found your friend.
Whoa, what happened? What happened?
They are this way. Come, big barbarian. Come. Meet shield this way.
All right. Yeah, party.
Shields up, meat.
Come get them meat.
Okay. I run as he's indicating that there's stuff to be dealt with. I run towards him and out in front there as well. And when I round, do I see the guys there in front of me, or I got to round a corner here, or what's the situation?
So as you come around the corner, you actually get hit with a cone of a mind blast. You just feel this wave hit your head, and you have to make a DC 15 intelligence save.
Come on, buddy.
What does that even mean? What do I roll? I roll
Just
a D20.
roll a
D20.
D20.
My -2 thing.
I think so. It's going to be hard
Yeah.
for you.
Yep.
That's why you got bardic inspiration for D10.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's right.
I'm,
Oh, that's right.
wait, I have a negative. I got a 0. 2 minus
So-
2 is a
Oh, you got a 12.
0 for a
But
second.
he'll never get to 15,
So Krog
What
just
is it?
peeks around this corner, and this mental blast hits him. This wave throws him back against the wall. You take 22 points of damage, Krog.
Oh,
Ouch.
well, whatever. I got 100 and whatever.
And he's
Tell
stunned.
him, tell him that.
So he's basically like drooling on himself, like doing this in the corner.
There is no
He-
difference between that and right before the attack.
Yeah.
Hey,
So Krog's
Gonna
going to be
help
out of
you
it
out, pal.
unless someone can unstun him.
I will just go to defend him if I can get up there.
my
So let's,
pineal is like freaking out.
So Melf, you want to pull him back? Is that what you're saying?
I'll actually just go defend him. I was going to shoot a lightning bolt at these guys personally, but
Okay.
Yeah, if I can step in front and shoot a lightning bolt, I'll do so.
So you step out. You don't see anybody. There's no one there.
Okay. In which case, if I see no one, I will go ahead and grab Krog and pull him back.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Merriman?
actually,
Or-
Fallon
go ahead,
would like
Fallon.
would like to walk forward just to see. She's like, she heard the cat meowing, and she heard him like throwing a fur ball or something like that. And she looks at him and she's like, "What is going on in here? And I still see nothing."
Well, you see that half of the sort of interior of the hull is on fire from the
Mhm.
fireball. So there's flames licking all over the interior, but you don't see any enemies.
What is going on in here? Middaman, what is going on in here?
Oh, sorry, I was reading my spells. I'll say there are mind flares. They were right there. I obliterated 2 of them. The 2, Andrew, are the 2 dead on the ground still, or they disappeared as well?
No, they're dead. They're like husks. They're
Yeah,
baked husks.
Yeah. Okay, good. So I'll say, look to the sky. They went up to the top floor. Don't you see them?
So there are more here?
Yes, there are many more. This adventure is not over. This whole
Someone
book
call-
is teeming with evil.
Where is the horse? Bryn, come in here
I
now.
I canter up next to her. ducking below the low overhead where I can, and I come around and I look down at Krog and I say, "Are you good? Are you all right?"
Oh, I didn't even notice him down there.
He's
Is
just mumbling to himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets a quick cure wounds, a low cure wounds. Hold on. And the way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna slap him across the face. Is how I'll do my touch. Ooh, that was nice. Let's see.
Does he take damage?
11. He gets 11 points of healing from my slap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're feeling fine now, Krog. You're good.
Fantastic. Where'd the little octopus face guys go?
I don't know. Merriman suggests that they may have gone up. It looks like there's a top deck above this floor.
I've got my scythe out. I'll start to sort of make my way up those steps after them.
I will follow Bryn.
Oh yeah, I'm right behind her with my big old maul of death.
As we're going, Andrew, I'm going to cast a 6th level spell called True Seeing, which gives me the ability to see things as they actually are for the duration. It's an hour-long spell. It's like True Sight, so I can see secret doors hidden by magic. I can see the ethereal plane. Anything that is supposed to be hidden from me, I should be able to see.
Okay, so when you cast True Seeing, the moment you cast it, it looks like you're standing in the middle of a Picasso painting. Like nothing feels right in this place. Like the walls and the floors don't even connect properly. Like boxes seem to be overlapping other boxes. There's something really messed up going on in this place.
Okay. I don't even know how to explain that to everyone, and I'm afraid that I'm going to freak them out more, so I'll keep that information to myself. I will try to, as we go through, I'll try to figure out what's going on. I know that it's a cacophony of images that I'm like lost in, but as we go, I'm going to keep trying to put together some rhyme or reason as to how this world is working. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So basically, Merriman's hanging back a minute because he's looking as you guys are kind of going up the steps. He's hanging back. He's looking, and you see sort of like this expression on his face, like a bit of confusion, and he's turning things over in his head. And Merriman, as you turn back, you're trying to decide, do I even tell these people what's going on? Right. And as you turn back to the group and you see them each slinking up the steps, on the back of each one of them, it looks like it's just a big fat slug that's just bloated and looks like it's just feeding off of them on each one.
We don't feel any of this.
You feel nothing.
Yeah, we're not getting any of this.
What?
I will take I'll take a moment with my True Seeing and see if I can feel something on my back.
Yeah, when you reach back there, you don't feel anything.
No outlet, no plug.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I had like if I could find a reflection on the glass maybe and see if I can look back on the glass and see if I can see it.
Yeah, I think you can definitely find, because of the flames now that are flickering in here, you're getting a bit of reflection on this sort of pseudo glass that these windows are made of. And you definitely see there is something big and fat and nasty on your back. And it's kind of pulsating gently.
Yeah, for sure. That makes total sense. Okay. That's horrific. And now I'm going to go like, I want you to know, I know I've only been playing an hour, but this is the most creepy adventure I've had in a long time. I regret saying yes to this moment, but that's fine. I walk over to the group and I bring them together. I say, wait, come here. I must explain something to you that is going to literally blow your mind. And I'll say, gather around. You must understand, I cast very powerful magics to be able to see in this world what is not to be seen otherwise without these magical abilities. And within that, I can only say to you that the world that we are in is a bevy of shapes and sizes that I cannot make any sense of yet. I am working on that. I also want to let you know there's a giant slug sucking your brains right now. I swear on my mother's feline eyes, both good ones. And you remember, he's got one blind eye. He like right now, each and every single one of us has a huge sucking slug on our backs. So
Wait
as
a
we are
minute.
continuing
This
on
is-
this, yes.
It's empty. You took this, didn't you? Are you out of catnip? I see no slug.
Drunk.
Okay, I want you to
Where
know
is
something.
it?
You can either choose to believe me and continue on your path, or you can believe me and we work together to get these things off us before we are dead, as the creatures are on the ground behind us.
Say, Miraman, could you help me target it if I tried to
Yes,
attack it on someone's back? 'Cause
Yes,
I
absolutely.
see not these creatures.
Absolutely. Or I could drop a fireball on all of us.
I think that would be
Oh,
dangerous.
Jesus.
I'm just
But
saying.
you could help me
But you know,
target.
Krog, there's a part of you that would really want to see that fireball again.
Yeah.
Really?
You're really excited about that. Like,
That sounds fun.
Carnage.
I will say this. What if I do this? What? Okay. Yes, Bryn, I am
Yes.
happy to show you exactly where the slug is on Krog's back. Come,
Krog, turn
oh,
around.
turn around.
What?
Put your hands against the wall. Put your hands
Okay.
against the wall.
Okay.
The biggest target.
All right. Come on.
So I'll take my scythe, and we lost our GM. We'll see.
I'm here. I'm still here.
He's so disgusted with us.
He
He's
just
like,
said,
"I'm
yeah, he's
out."
out. He's out.
Okay.
So I'll sort of, aim and check.
Wait. As you're doing this to my back.
Yes.
Okay. I would just like to just say, hey, hold up. Got rid of the accent, by the way. Everybody just hold up. I think that, look, I'm not the brainiest among us. I know that there's a bunch of genius cats and people with eyes for hands. So maybe I'm not the smartest, but I don't think shooting invisible creatures off backs is going to be the way to go. My idea would be to find the source of this entire drama and deal with it that way, as opposed to specifically dealing with the symptoms of the disease. Let's go find the tumor, shall we? And I start to head up the stairs onto the deck, dragging
Wait
my
a minute,
ball
wait a
behind me.
minute. We are going to listen to the kitty cat who drank all of my liquor and is obviously using a little bit of catnip. We're going to believe he says there's a monster on our backs. And we see no monsters.
I mean, look, in his defense, I will say something happened when he wasn't around and I fell down my faith. That guy can do some interesting things. I'm not going to lie to you. So I believe there's something wacky going on around here, but I really
Something is
don't want
off
to
about
start
all of
picking it apart. I want to just go find the source of this whole thing.
He says, I will not attack anyone without their, I will not attack an ally without their consent. So I will not attack unless you give me permission.
Bryn.
However, I trust Miriam. I do believe something strange is happening here. I can feel that this is not natural. We are not seeing things as they are.
All right, fine, Bryn, what are you going to do?
Can we defeat the source while this veil is still over our eyes?
Oh, that's
We
kind
certainly
of
can.
well, damn.
Away. Melf, please hit me with fire. Bryn, please attack me with whatever you so desire.
All right, if you allow, I will attack 3 inches from behind your back. I will target to skin your back.
Obliterate me. Do what you must, Bryn.
All right, I do.
Do what you
My
must.
scythe comes down. I'm trying to just skim his back where he says the slug is.
Yeah.
This should be interesting.
Oh,
You don't-
I get so excited.
roll.
It's a 14.
You take the skin off his back.
Yes.
No, I mean the good thing is that you don't hit his back.
I
You
don't
didn't
hit
roll
his
a
back.
1. You didn't roll a 1, so you don't cut him in half.
Oh, damn.
You skin
but
the
yeah,
cat, you
nothing.
skinned
You
it.
don't
Nothing
feel. You don't hit anything. Nothing.
Can I
happens.
try again?
Sure. Yeah.
Wait, but
Nope,
can
go
I
ahead.
look?
Yeah, you
Can I
look.
see it? Does somebody have a mirror? Hold up a mirror. Let me
I have
see.
a mirror. I'll pull out a mirror.
And I'll look. Can I see it on my back still?
No, it's still there. Yeah.
And no
It
damage
looks
to
like
it or
it's taking
anything.
any damage at
Nothing.
all?
Didn't take any damage. Doesn't look damaged. Looks the same as
No,
before.
hit me with fire. Burning hands.
I
Someone
think
hit him with hot fire. He
I
wants
think-
it.
Krog may have the right of it, but I'll hit you with fire if you want.
Yes, do it.
Uh,
I
all
love it when I get hit with fire.
So I will go ahead. I'll just use a firebolt because
That's
that's free. That's a freebie. So I'll just
Yeah.
do a D10 worth of damage to him.
I'm watching.
7
Andrew, as
points.
it's going, I'm watching to see if it does any damage.
It looks like the fire goes right through it and it burns your back. How much damage did you do?
7.
7 points of damage. Hurt like hell,
Oh,
but the
actually,
thing's
I'm
still
sorry.
there.
Actually, sorry. I was looking at the first level version of the spell, so I'm going to do a little bit more damage. Sorry, bro.
Sorry about that.
All right, so I do total of 19 points.
I'm not sure why
Oh.
we don't do the first level of damage.
Hey.
Why are we doing that?
Why are we? Yeah, why are we? Well,
Hey,
we have
Merriman,
learned.
Well,
We have
turned-
learned
Well, hold on a
that this
second.
will
You
not
do
work.
one
wait,
thing.
I turned to him. I turned to him and I go, "Hey, Merriman, third time's a charm." And I hold up my enormous maul, which does like 50 points. of
Oh,
damage.
you mock me now, you brutish fiend. I tell you, as I live and die, we are being sucked every step of the way. We are being sucked to my life's energies. I
Well,
promise.
and
We
and
learned
as you
something.
take the damage,
Yeah.
you notice that the thing on your back gets a little fatter.
Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh.
It got fatter. I hope you're happy.
It likes fire.
It likes fire.
It likes
Interesting.
damage,
Well, I
right?
feel
It
it
likes
Likes
damage. It likes
Oh,
people
boy.
getting hurt.
Before we go-
Like me.
That is a
Maybe
good
it's
thing to
me. Maybe I'm the villain.
It's a Krog slug.
We're in Krog's imagination. We're all figments of Krog's imagination.
My fantasy.
I sense anything as it gets fatter. Do I feel any change in my constitution? Am I weaker? Am I tired? Am I losing my faculties at all?
You don't feel any different
Oh,
other than you feel charred. You feel burned. You took a significant burn, by the way. 19 points of damage is significant.
I'll heal myself. I'll cast. Okay. Well, then we continue as you wish. But I'll tell you right now, you're all being sucked.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't-
Thanks for your advice, Merriman. I think I'm
try.
gonna. What? Sorry, Bren. What'd you say?
No, you're good. No, go ahead.
No, I just thanks for your. That was really fun. What we did. I mean, I'm pissed I didn't get to hit you. But shall we continue up the stairs and see where the hell we are? And with that,
Yes.
I start to lug my club behind me and start to traipse up the stairs toward the deck.
Yep,
I think
I'll
the
follow.
barbarian. I think the barbarian speaks wisdom. Oddly
I
enough.
follow.
I'll follow.
I stay
Okay.
there and sold for one round. I'm upset.
Just like a cat. Just like a cat, kind of pissed off.
Exactly.
Just like
Angry cat.
so, Krog, as you step up to the upper deck, you're now what is basically the top side on this ship. You realize that same shimmer sort of encompasses the ship itself in some sort of bubble. Beyond that bubble, out there in space, is just stars and nebulas and maelstroms. You're caught in this massive storm. You see strange shapes within the nebula itself. None of this makes any sense to you. It's pretty amazing looking, but none of it makes a lot of sense. And the storm seems to have gotten worse since you've been on board.
I turned to Melf and I'm like, do you you got any idea what's going on here? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I'll look around and looks like we're probably traveling through. I don't know. I mean, I've traveled the planes. I can, it's not ethereal. Is it?
So yeah, it feels to you like you've heard of traveling through the astral plane. Obviously, you know what a spelljammer is. You're
Yep.
familiar with these ships that travel through the different planes. But this particular spelljammer, other than being derelict, you've never quite heard of one quite like it. It's a very odd ship. But at the same time, the storm that you're in seems like nothing you've ever heard of. Maybe you've heard tales of astral storms before.
Mhm.
This is a bad one.
I'll explain. We're traveling astrally in some magical vessel, but it appears as if we're in a storm, as if we're in a tempest on the sea. We must find the controls, or else we may crack apart and all die.
All right, I start to look around, and what do we see on the deck? I mean, does it look like a ship deck? Is there like a steering wheel sort of thing? Is there like
Yeah, there's no steering wheel, but you do notice on this deck it does look a lot like a normal, galleon, basically, and a
Okay.
pretty nice one at that. You do, now that you're looking around, first off, you notice there's a lot of bodies up here too. There's been some sort of fight topside. Some of these bodies also have the starfishes on their face, but you also notice there's plenty of dead illithids up here too. So there was a fight. There's also creatures that, if you're familiar with what a thrycreen is, these like bug type creatures, there's thrycreen up here. There's, as you look further, there's a couple of githyank. None of this makes sense to you.
Do we see the illithid that escaped?
You don't see the illithid that escaped, no. And other than that, you start to notice what you hadn't seen before, or really taking time to pay attention to. There does seem to be a number of pipes that are running through this ship, and they're roughly, say, that big around. And is it some sort of water system, some sort of aqueduct? You're not sure, but it does seem odd. It's not anything you've ever heard of aboard a Spelljammer before.
Do any of these monsters see us yet?
There are some things outside. Every now and then you get a glimpse of something large floating out beyond the storm. You can't tell whether or not anything's taken note of you yet. No.
And all these creatures, these are all dead on the top deck.
All the ones topside are dead, yeah.
Okay. We should try to find that eyeball. Remember that one?
Yes. And we don't see any kind of steering wheel, any kind of controls on deck. Okay.
No.
Are there any doors? Is there any more interior?
Yeah,
cabins?
there's hatches, there's stairwells. I mean, you see that it's a fairly large ship. Okay. There does seem to be kind of like where the piping is going does sort of all seem to feed in one direction toward a hatch at the far end of the hull, far end of the deck rather.
It
looks like where we need to
go.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to make my way towards that thing, and as I go, just like seeing all these guys with starfishes on their faces, just like smushing their starfish faces, like as I walk, killing these little horrible.
So just these little horrible things are dying as you stomp past them, spitting out ooze and brainy material.
And I'm headed up toward that hatch. Do I hear anything?
You actually hear what sounds like the rumbling of some sort of machinery down below.
Follow that sound.
Are there any dials on the bridge here? Is there any kind of gauges or anything?
Nothing, no.
And does anyone have the power to open one of these pipes to see what's piping through it? Are we not interested in what?
I mean, we could break it open.
We can knock it open.
I cannot knock. Can you knock? I can't. No knock here. But
I can knock
it.
I know Krag and I can knock it open.
Yeah, I'll pull the old maul out and I'll take
no, you brute. No. If it is acid, we are all dead in an instant. I'm just saying, perhaps there was a way to just barely open it to get a sense of what is inside. I'll feel it. Is it cold? Is there any kind of like temperature associated?
It's actually warm, not hot, but warm.
Okay, so I can take out a spike and a hammer and attempt to breach the pipe that way.
I think we should just.
Are you guys discussing this or doing this? Let's clarify.
Discussing.
Okay.
Discussing, yeah. I mean, I'll take it out and be like, I can use the spike and this hammer if you want me to pierce the pipe.
We see where the piping goes, right? The crawl has found the hatch where this enters. Is the hatch look locked, or look like we can just open it up and?
Looks like you just open it up.
Is if I reach down and touch the hatch, is there any temperature there or any? Do I sense anything? No.
Let us go.
I mean, look, kitty cat. I think we might as well just go to the source.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We can always check the pipe.
I just lift the hatch. I don't even.
Okay.
Oh, what a plan!
As you lift the hatch, there's an illithid standing just on the other side, and you get hit with another mind blast.
Oh!
But this time, I'm sorry, but Bren and Fallon, you're also in the same radius
Close
of the
enough,
blast.
yes.
So everyone make a DC 15 will.
Which is
Uh,
a
Mel-
wisdom save or an intelligence save?
I'm sorry, an intelligence save.
Intelligence.
Okay. Uh-oh.
What was it,
Okay.
15?
I'm
Yeah,
a 14.
I'm just 15.
I got a
Is that with?
five.
Just
you're
I'm
15.
sorry.
I rolled a 14 plus 1.
So you're good.
Yeah, I'm 15.
Anyone that rolled below 15, let me know.
Yes,
Frog,
I
you have
did. I
bardic
rolled 5.
You have bardic
Okay.
inspiration, Krog.
You
I'm
both
14.
take 22 points of damage from
Ooh,
the mind blast.
Wow.
Does Krog get to use his bardic inspiration though to
Krog,
help
you
out?
have-
on
What
saving
kind of-
throw?
You have a D10 to add to that roll if you want to add it.
Oh, there you
really?
go.
His
Okay, I'll
You
add
guys
to
want to
that
try to
roll.
add the D10 to the roll?
Yeah.
Save you some damage.
Fallon, the 5 is too low. I wouldn't give it to you. I'm sorry, but it's never going to save you at that point. But
Wait.
Krog, if you want to use it.
What kind
Yeah,
of
all right.
damage is it?
20.
What kind
It's
of damage?
psychic damage.
Because I have a defense. I have resistance against psychic, so I'll take half of it.
Oh,
Nice.
great. So
Nice.
11 points of damage,
Okay.
and you're stunned for 30 seconds.
What?
Does Krog take half damage as well, or no damage?
What did he end up rolling with the plus 10?
It was a 14 plus 10 is 24.
Oh, there you go. You're fine. No
No
damage.
damage,
Yep.
okay.
Don't forget where you got that from,
Uh,
Mr. Kitty Cat.
uh,
I immediately go up to Krog. Well, we're in the middle.
Well, we're in the middle
Yeah, I was
of
gonna
combat,
say, if this thing's still visible, I'm gonna magic missile him.
Yeah. And when I,
Oh,
when
it's
I
still
try to hit.
visible. Yeah. You guys have sort of the jump on it. It got its mind blast off, but out of that, you've got the jump on it now. Why don't everyone roll for initiative, and I'll tell you who goes.
Right on.
Oh, what the heck?
8 for me.
22.
7.
23.
I got 17.
Okay, so Merriman's first.
I only see one in the door.
Yeah, just the one in the hatch.
Okay. I will go up to Krog and I'll give him a bardic inspiration. I'll go up behind him and just scratch his face a little and purr in his ear so that he has that. And then I will get between Melf and that door. That's my action.
What
Okay.
does the bardic inspiration do?
That's that D10 you just took. I'm giving you
Oh.
another one.
Okay.
That's
Am
my
I
action.
next? Who's next?
I
Next
believe-
up is Melf.
All right, I will go ahead and throw third level a magic missile at it. So I'll do 5 of these bad boys. So that's 10, 15 plus 5 is 20 points of damage from a magic missile.
Okay.
Ooh.
20 points of damage. And next up is Krog.
I pull out the old handy maul of death and just like swing away like a baseball bat right for his torso.
All right. Roll to hit.
Damn it, where'd my thing go? No. Damn it. Wait, sorry. I lost my my dice thing. Can I bequeath my roll to somebody else? Can somebody roll?
Sure.
Bequeath.
Sure.
Bequeath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can someone actually Luke, can you
Sure.
roll for me? Would you roll a D20 for me?
You got it. 18.
Plus
Oh.
10. Oh man.
That is a hell of a hit. Hell of a hit. Do your damage.
Wow. And the damage is what? 2d6 plus 7. So I need somebody to roll me some d6s as well.
How many? How many?
2 d6s
All right. So that looks like 6 points.
plus 7.
13.
Okay. 13. All right. I'm back in action here too.
And is that, do you get, surely you've got more than one attack.
Yeah, he's got to have a couple attacks, at least
Oh,
2.
yeah. With frenzy, do I roll an attack roll for each one, or is it
Yeah.
20?
Yeah, for each one.
All right, here we go. So I'll roll again for the next attack. Next attack is 19.
High math.
That's a hit.
Mm.
And then it's the 2d6 again, which is 2 plus 3, 5 plus 7. 12.
Got it. All right, and who's next? He's still going strong.
Think me?
Yeah, I think it's Brandon then Fallon.
Okay. I reach up to the sky and I try to summon, there's planets and everything all around us that we can see, any orb that is reflecting light from any of the stars around. And as I reach up and I pull my hand down, a shaft of moonlight comes down right on the head of the mind flayer. He makes a Constitution saving throw, please.
Con throw. Okay.
As you can see, the light starts to sear, causing pain in his body and his face.
So what's the DC of the saving throw?
It's against mine, which is, hold on, where is it? On this thing? 17.
17. Oh, he flubbed it.
He flubbed it.
He
What do
flubbed
you give on that?
He rolled a 4.
Oh, he just did poorly. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. All right, so he's gonna take. Ooh, that's nice. Oh my God, he's gonna take 20 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
So yes, it comes down. You can see it actually sort of sears his flesh, and all of the tentacles start writhing like crazy. You can hear them screaming if they had, mouths. Exactly.
Yeah, basically you just see these tentacles all
Yeah.
flapping,
Yeah.
and underneath is like what looks like an octopus's mouth with
Yeah.
teeth, and just this horrified scream.
And it's casting shadows in that like stark white light.
And its skin is just boiling, and it's this purple translucent skin boiling from underneath, and the head just splits open, and it just falls away, and it goes tumbling down in the hatch.
My hand outstretched with that moonbeam. As soon as he falls, I rise it again and send it back to the moon, and I give a little prayer up and look down.
Nice.
Now, when that
Impressive.
happens, Fallon, you see standing behind him is another mind flare.
Are they protecting something?
I
Good
know.
question. What are you going to do? You still got your attack. You've got the element of surprise on him.
So Fallon walks forward and she opens her hand and her eyes turn completely white. And she's like, I see so much better this way. And she would like to literally smack it across the face with her staff while saying, "Bolzyanitse," which means you're a pain in the ass in Russian.
All right, roll for it.
First attack. Okay, there's a few attacks going on here, right? First one is, does a 28 hit?
It hits.
Okay, that one is going to be, you kidding me? 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then because she has an extra attack, she would like to smack him. So basically smacks him up, and then she'd like to smack him again. But I'd like to spend a key point to make that a stunning strike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so do you want me to roll the attack first? And
yes,
then,
please.
Okay. Second attack is 26 hit.
Yes.
Damage is 11. And then you have to make a con saving throw of 15.
All right.
Otherwise, you are stunned until the end of my next turn.
Oh, wow. He is stunned.
Love it.
Now you can tell that Fallon is really enjoying this because she hits him once, then she hits him back down again. She says, I'm not done.
So basically she hits this mind flare once, smacks him right in the middle of the head.
Like
His
an X,
tentacles flare, and he leans forward to give this mind blast, and that's when she hits him again, and it stuns the crap out of him.
Nice.
So you can actually feel the pressure that was going to be on your mind start and then just wash away.
Nice.
And she does like this.
And he tumbles backwards down the shaft. It's like a stairwell leading down. You can see him now lying at the bottom of the stairwell.
Oh, they must have been
writhing.
protecting Is he down yet, or is he still standing?
He's stunned and he's down. Yeah, he's down, but he's still alive.
He's still alive. Okay. We are talking
but-
bonus action.
Bonus action? What do you want to do?
Bonus action.
Bonus
I'm actually
attack.
going to spend a key point to use flurry of blows. She's gonna smack him twice. One open-handed and the other one a backhand.
All right.
So I have to do 2 unarmed strikes. Hold on. The first one, oh come on. Ooh, 18.
Yeah. What? When you're stunned, how's that work, Luke?
I think it's a disadvantage, I think.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
Or you have
maybe.
advantage.
Yeah, advantage to the
Yeah.
attacker.
Yeah, but it's a hit. It's definitely
It's
a hit.
it, okay.
Yeah.
So this will be 6 points of damage. So 1 slap across like open hand, and then the other one's a
Okay.
backhand, and that one's gonna be. Wait a minute. Well, 19.
Oh.
The dice are on my side tonight, and that's gonna be 9 points of damage.
All right. So, everyone roll initiative.
We were in it. We're doing a different one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
15.
I got
16.
8 again.
12.
6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys are in initiative. My bad. That's
Yeah.
my mistake.
Okay.
I got
Like,
confused.
wait a minute.
See how
It
no one
happens.
questioned you? We just like, yep.
It was
you
like,
got it.
yep,
We're
let's
gonna
roll with
do
it.
it.
You're the
Why not?
DM, man.
I do appreciate that. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do whatever you say.
Whatever you said.
Hmm. That was my 10 key points.
All right.
Ooh, my God.
I did get rid of a bad roll, so thank you for that.
So he tries to attack with tentacles on you, Fallon, and misses horribly. So you see his tentacles like actually stretch pretty far, and they start
Mhm.
whipping at you, but you're able to like move and dodge around them. And
Yes,
that puts you,
because she's way of the drunken master. So as you guys are watching, she's doing that total Matrix thing. And
Yep.
she's like, whoa, in slow motion. It's majestic.
so that puts you back up, Merriman.
With my true sight, do I see anything else in that room?
You can't. Nothing else in the room. It's just a shaft going down. You do kind of detect some light, kind of a strange light coming from inside the whatever's down there, further inside.
Okay, I'm gonna hold. If anyone attacks Melf, I will use my action to protect Melf or counterattack that attack.
All right, Melf, that puts you up next.
All right, I'm going to use the innate power of the Spear of Zagig to fly down those steps and essentially use it as a charge to strike the opponent. Is he still prone?
He's
on
still
the ground?
prone. Yeah.
Is there any advantage to that, or no? Is he back and moving?
No, you'll get bonus to your strike. Yeah.
Okay,
It
that-
lowers his AC.
I'll strike him twice. First one is 22, dirty 22, and dirty 18, sorry.
Those are both hits.
All right, so I'll do 10, 13 plus 8 is 21 with the first strike. And gotta do some math here real quick. 23 with the second strike.
What are you hitting him with? I missed it.
The Spear is Zagig. It does D8 plus 2d8 radiant damage.
Nice.
Okay, so basically you jump down there with the spear, you stab him once in the chest, you flip the spear around, come one more time right in the center of its skull, just
Nice.
crushes the skull. The
Nice.
radiant damage washes through the mind flare. He's gone.
All right, I'll
Andrew, as he
shake the brains off of my spear.
as he went flying down, I went flying down right after him.
Yeah.
I got his 6. All right.
So now you guys now see what looks just like a large room, kind of like what normally might look like the captain's quarters in any other ship. It's fairly well appointed, but all those pneumatic tubes are feeding into this room from various parts of the ship. And in the center of the room is a large sort of like a brass cylindrical tube with a brain floating in the center of it.
Whoa. Can we take that as a cliffhanger?
Yeah,
For
and
a
that should be our bio break. We'll meet back here. Are we doing 10 minutes, 5 minutes? You guys tell me.
Sure.
10.
10 minutes.
10 is
Okay.
Yeah.
See you back in 10.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right. See you then.
You have heard tell of a kobold queen with visions of a world made new in fire and rage. Driven by prophecy, she has filled her followers with the raging passion of her cause. Now, you step forth into her burning realm. Dark shapes move among the rising embers. Thick-skinned beasts belch gouts of fire. It's an ambush! Roll for initiative. Battle is about to commence. Epic encounters. Turn your RPG up to 11.
Hello, I'm Benwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
Quiet, you. I'm here to tell everyone about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy game from Codename Entertainment.
It's a management game with an emphasis on formation strategy, where you assemble parties of legendary heroes and send them on adventures through the Forgotten Realms.
Heroes? Crowy, don't you mean champions?
Players unlock legendary champions of the Forgotten Realms, like Dritz Duerden and the Companions of the Hall, Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga, and many more. Assemble the best adventuring party possible based on your formation options, champion abilities, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or just smash your mouse button repeatedly like I do and hope for the best.
Each champion has an incredible array of skills and items to let you customize your style and play even further.
Farther. Farther means more distant, further is figurative.
Well, I meant more distant, but figuratively.
That's further.
Well, customize your style even further, because Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is available on all your favorite gaming platforms. Steam for PC and Mac, Web, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, iOS tablets, and Android devices.
Well, let me know when it comes to the BlackBerry. I'm not giving up that phone. It's the only keyboard I can use.
I hear it's coming to the smart fridge next spring.
We have done it. 5 years of planning and thinking before the dream finally came true. A team of 12 dedicated professional developers and internet marketers who desperately love board games put in 17 months of hard work. And now, we are proud to present to you Tabletopia, the digital platform to publish and play any kind of board games. It is the most sophisticated virtual table in terms of functionality, aesthetics, and usability. We integrated everything that was conceivable to recreate recreate the feeling of playing on a real table. And at the same time, we implemented a lot of tools to facilitate playing life hacks. Setting up the game, dealing cards, shuffling decks, etc. takes only a fraction of a second. And the same holds true for creating your very own game. It takes only a couple of seconds to create any game objects from standard print version graphics. Just drag and drop your files, borrow whatever else will be necessary from our extensive library of free game objects and place them on the table. Your game is ready. And now, play test, demonstrate your game, make videos, or even earn money with your game. Tabletopia is a full-scale ecosystem for publishing digital versions of board games. But of course, the main focus of our project is to allow players around the world to play remotely with their friends or find worthy opponents here. And we are speaking about literally thousands of games and their variations. Many leading publishers and game authors have joined us already, and from day one, you will be able to play many popular games. But this is only the beginning. Ahead of us are a lot of new cool system features, new games, and millions of hours of fun. So stay tuned, subscribe to our newsfeed, and be ready to jump in. Tabletopia, where board games go digital.
If we need to, or do we have a hard
Yeah.
9 o'clock end?
I mean, a little bit.
A
Yeah.
little.
I got
But,
So
okay.
was any of that conversation going out wide, or was that just
No.
between us?
No, it was just us. That was just us. That was just us.
I'll get in much less trouble that way.
I think we are live now, though. So they're
Yeah.
So yeah, none of.
So in case you're just returning to us, I just spilled a lot of beans about the Dungeons and Dragons show I'm developing, and I'm glad that it wasn't going live.
Yes.
Basically, I just got cast as the hero. It's gonna be
That's it.
guys. We're gonna do 10 seasons. It's gonna be amazing.
and a movie.
Hey, as long as I get a cameo in there, I'm happy, guys. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
You know, I've got to share this. This has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. It'll take 10 seconds. Matthew just reminded me of one of my favorite Hollywood stories. I was working on a comic book movie, and the producers were, this was really early in my career, the producers were incredibly scared of this pitch because we were going into pitch to the head of the studio. It was at Fox. And they were super nervous. You know how producers can be, where they're like, they feel like they've got to tell you, now when you speak in English, and like, don't hit anybody in the room. They just start give you these crazy, like, you've never been a human in a room before, and like they're afraid you're going to be like an ape throwing feces at everyone. And so before the meeting, I was sitting in the waiting room, and Aaron Eckhart happens to be sitting there in the waiting room waiting for his meeting. And these producers come in, and Aaron and I hadn't said 2 words to one another. We just kind of did the, like, you know, guys in a meeting nod. And these 2 producers come in, and they're pale, and they're scared, and they're frightened, and they're like, so are you ready? Are you ready for this? And by the way, like, they've been calling me all night, are you ready for this? So of course I'm ready. And so I just take it upon myself to go, yeah, but I wanted to kind of like add a little twist to it, which is why I brought Aaron here today. Like, I think he's perfect for the main character. And like, by the way, they're like, what? And they're just sitting there. I said, yeah, I think he's going to do a fantastic job. And I know it's a different take than anything we've talked about, but I figured since I knew him and he was sort of available today, without skipping a beat, Eckhart looks over and he goes, he goes, yeah, well, I mean, we talked a lot about it. You know, we've talked about this for the past few days. He just goes right into like a spiel about something he knows absolutely nothing about. These producers look like they're going to vomit. And then just when they're just like, they don't even know what to say, an assistant comes out and goes, Mr. Eckhart, they're ready to see you now. And he's like, all right, man, I'll see you later. And he just walks away. And they're like, so you were, and they still didn't get, they're like, so you were messing with us? I'm like, no, yeah. I brought Aaron Eckhart to a meeting without telling anybody.
That's hilarious.
It was cool that he was that into playing along.
And just as a reminder, before we jump back into character, I just want to say we are doing this to have a good time, and it's great, and thank you all for being here. But the real reason we're here is to raise some money for Extra Life. So please, please, please dig deep. Any crits that we get will be $100 towards Extra Life from GaryCon. Would love to see people just chipping in. Team GaryCon 13 XIII on extralife.org. Please get in there, make a donation. Doesn't matter if it's $1, $5, buy bits, whatever you're raising in chat. 100% of that will go to charity, and I'll match up to $500 of that as well from GaryCon. I just want to, Extra Life helps sick children, the Children's Miracle Network of hospitals. So let's please keep that in mind. We have a chance to do some good and help out, sick kids. And I think that's a pretty noble cause that we can all get behind, no matter who we are. And I think somebody in chat was curious as to who won the writing contest, the Crucible, GaryCon 13 Crucible. And in case you missed that part of this game, the winner of that was Colin Richards, who wrote Chaos in the Marsh of Madness. All right, back to you, Andrew.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, everybody. Where did we left off? We just shoved a spear into the head of a illithid. And you crawled down into this room. You looked into the chamber, and there's sort of like the classic kind of brain in a jar in the middle of this pneumatic system, and that's where we left off.
So in this moment, Andrew, in my true sight, am I seeing something that isn't supposed to be seen?
Not so much, but you definitely are still getting that strange Picasso effect of like, probably the best way I think you would figure it is like, it almost feels like realities are colliding in this place. Like there's sort of multiple dimensions that are pressing in on one dimension. And even in here, but what's interesting is in this room, the Picasso effect, the closer it gets in on the brain, the clearer things get.
Oh, wow.
So the effect is less and less and less. It's almost like the brain represents like a singularity within all this like chaos.
Oh boy.
As we get closer to the brain, I ask Miraman, is there any change to the slugs?
Oh, look.
Forgot about the slug.
Some of them are much fatter than they were before. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be reacting to proximity to the brain.
No, and actually, Krug's got an extra one on him now. Krug, sorry.
I don't tell Krog that because he didn't care anyways. Payback. I kind of feel like it feels really good. It feels like how the high school football players treated me as a drama geek. So this payback moment feels good.
So are we losing like any hit points or health because of this, or we just don't?
That you can, not that you can tell. You feel seemingly no effect from it at all.
Yeah. We're in the Matrix, man. We cannot tell anything.
I'll speak out loud. I'll say, "Oh, great brain. We beg a moment of your time to parley with you. Why are we here?"
Okay, you feel this pressure on your head, but you're not getting anything. You're like, you feel like there's something happening, but you're not. Just talking to it's not working.
Okay, I'll say it out loud. I feel it trying to reach out to me. I feel like it trying to communicate a probe. Is it a probing sensation, or is it like I just don't understand the language, Picasso-y kind of moment?
Yeah, it's a little of both. It's you feel like there's a presence. It's almost like that creepy feeling when there's someone else in the room but you can't see them, and you do kind of feel like almost like something's rattling around inside your head.
I'll say that to everyone. Try someone else. Try to speak to it. Maybe you can understand it. My feline abilities leave me
Alan.
lacking.
I have mind link.
Yeah.
I can use
Yeah,
mind
give it a
link and
shot.
see if I with the mind.
This
I've got a lot of dice over here. I'm waiting to roll when you mind link. Let's go. So you're gonna mind link with this thing. All right. I need you to do me an intelligence save.
Always.
If you say that out loud, Fallon, I go to you.
I do.
My claws come out and I purr in your ear and I give you inspiration. It's a D10
Oh, thank you.
for when this thing blows your mind out.
Bryn feels extremely left out.
She tickles his chin. I got a 10, so I think I'm gonna have to use that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So what is it? It's an extra D10 she gets to roll?
Correct.
Matthew?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, 10 plus 7, so 17.
You got
Thank
17.
Cutie,
All right.
Cutie, cutie.
Lucky for you, you only take half damage.
Yes.
79.
15 points of damage,
Mhm.
but you are linked to this thing. And the link feels very unlike anything you've ever felt before. It almost feels like your mind is just clawing onto the side of a mountain that is like there's a storm raging to push you off this mountain. And you can't even understand the thoughts that are being transmitted to you. It's almost like 1,000 different creatures speaking 1,000 different languages at once, all screaming at the top of their lungs. You can kind of make out intent. And this is definitely the thing that asked you to come here. And you kind of sense from it, you sense a level of relief that you're here. And you feel like it's in pain.
If everybody would just shut up for 1 second. This thing is what called us here. But it's hurting. It wants us to save it. But I can't hear a damn thing with everybody screaming in my head. Maybe I'll take a sip. 1 second. Okay. Much better.
So, Melf, you seem to be the one that has the most sort of knowledge of extraplanar weirdness. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
It might be Krog. It's probably Melf though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
So Melf, I need you to give me an arcane check.
Right. $17.
It's pretty good. So Melf, somewhere in your many adventures to reach the lofty level of 12th level, you seem to recall whispers among the sort of spelljammer community, if you can call it that, of something called a psionic drive. And you're like, okay, so this thing's powered by this brain. You understand that much about what's happening with the ship. And you get the idea that this is not just any normal brain, but just by looking at it, you can tell it's not human. It's not a human's brain. It's much larger. The thing's probably, yay big. And in that sort of like somewhere in there, you seem to recall something about psionic drives and how they deal with like chaos and the warp and this idea of shaping reality in order to move through space and through the astral planes. That's about all you're getting. So Fallon, back on you. Anything you want to say or ask or? Oh, by the way, are you communicating? You're communicating what you're feeling to the others?
Yes, I definitely tell everybody the way she's feeling. And you can tell, like, you look at her face and it's like full of distress. And her eyes, she opens her hands so that she can see better. And her eyes are completely white. She can feel it. And she's like, it wants us to help us. But let me ask the question. Is this why you have called us here?
Okay.
To the brain.
You take another 2 points of damage.
One.
You get hit by this. I'm sorry, yes, one. You get hit by this vision now of many times that people like you have ended up on this ship for this exact same purpose. And all the bodies you've seen strewn on the decks are sort of the past of the heroes that have come and gone to try to do exactly what this thing needs. And so far, no one has achieved it.
Fallon turns to the group and she says, "We are not the first people to attempt this. We may not be the last if we do not succeed. I don't know what we are supposed to do. However, if we do not succeed, it will keep going forever."
Wait. Look, I know I'm not the sharpest tack in the
No, you're
tack
definitely not.
box,
Yeah, no.
but this thing summons people here to help it, and then these people wind up just dead all over the deck of this ship here. I mean, I don't know that this thing is telling the truth. Like, why do we have to trust this thing? And I think we should look. I pull out my enormous hammer.
I say, Krog.
And I'm just like, look at that tank. That looks
Stop the barbarian.
Mighty tempting.
Yeah. I'll step
right at T-ball height.
I'll step in front of Krog and say, Krog.
And that big old whale brain. Come on, let me do it, guys.
1 second, let me ask you another question.
Mel, you have a problem with this?
Only because this is what is powering the vessel through the astral planes. Without it, we will cease and be adrift in this ship.
Here?
Is that essentially
Nothing can happen to Mel. Nothing.
We'll be stuck here forever? These people?
Yes, I turn to Fallon. I say, I can sense it hurts you to speak with or to communicate with this creature. But I promise I will help heal you if you can ask it what we are meant to do, why it has, what are we meant to do to save it or to bring it relief.
That is a good question for the horse. And Fallon leans forward and she says, "What do you need us to do? We have things to attend to. As in dates we are missing because of this. Let us know what we can do to help you."
All right. Oh, take another 5 points of damage. Now you're hit with another vision. And in this vision is what looks like a giant opal, like a incandescent opal. It kind of has some of the facets you might see in a diamond. It's actually hard to look at it. It's like the more you try to focus on it, the more it kind of slips out of your view. But the best you can make out in your head is like it looks like a large pearl. Looks just like a giant pearl. And you get the idea that this pearl, it needs this and it's gone. It's missing.
Oh, Fallon shares this with the group. It's looking for something. It's missing.
Ask it where it is. Ask it where the pearl is. Does it know where it is?
God, I'm asking these questions. I'm going to be dead by the time we finish this.
I'm going to help you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
I don't know. Should we be telling you this much? I think we should leave this up to the donations. I almost feel like we should ask people to donate.
I think you're right. I think that's
Like,
we can't even.
come
We just can't
on.
get anymore unless
They're struggling
powered.
here, people. They're struggling. They want to know. She can't take much more of this. Oh, 11 points of damage.
Oh.
Okay.
What does it say back?
All you get from that vision, you get the glimpse of that eye that you saw before, and a tentacle that reaches in and steals this opal, this whatever it is, this pearl. But the eye looks different than the one you saw downstairs. It doesn't look the same.
Okay, good. So we're
I share this with the group.
I take my hand and I go up behind the back of her head and sort of cradle the nape of her neck, if she'll let me, with my fingers in her hair, and just gently squeeze like pressure points where you have a bad, headache, tension headache. And as I do that, you heal.
I like this massage. Keep
Wrong
going.
ones. Sorry, rolled the wrong ones. "24 points of damage. You heal 20. Sorry.
What?
You heal. Sorry.
So you trying to kill me now?
You heal 24 points. You come back 24 points.
Thank you. This
And
is
whenever
good.
that tension just gets relieved, it feels like a cool release down, and I pull my hand back. I say,
And
"Thank
Fallon
you
would like
for
to
your
turn around.
sacrifice."
Oh, thank you so much. She would like to turn around and hand Bryn, her carved. I do licensed Reiki healing. I'm looking for new healers.
I take it. I put it in my satchel with my dead gnome.
And that began a whole new series. So I'll say to everyone, remember, I did see a floating eye in that great chamber where I blasted those beasts. I think that our mission now is to go and find that thing and find the pearl. It must be with those creatures.
But is it here in the boat?
Krog, this is not your enemy. Your enemy is before you, yes, but it is not the great brain. We must save the brain.
I don't trust it. I've never trusted a brain in a jar. I've met them before, and it never ends well.
I understand that. Then we can always come back to destroy this brain. We can. If we cannot answer this riddle, I will give you free permission to smash away.
Look, all right, fine. As long as we stop this healing nonsense and we get Bryn back to murdering gnomes, I'll do whatever
him,
you
but
want.
this time it doesn't have your wounds.
That feels good.
I
all
just
right,
slap him.
I'm sorry,
home.
Kitty Cat. What do you suggest? You suggest we head back to the room with the eye or something? What?
Yes,
I don't.
We are in the wrong part of the ship. That's all. We must continue our journey.
I look around this room. Is there anything else in this room besides this big brain tank? Is there other?
There are all sorts of nautical charts and things like that, and it's. I mean, it is essentially looks like a an astral version of a captain's quarters. I will say when Merriman says what he says, Fallon, you do thanks to Merriman and also thanks part to the donation from our viewers, you do feel the brain, like a relief wash over the brain at the mention of Merriman's plan.
Yes, you see this? I give great release to brains.
Doesn't mean you can trust the brain. It just means the brain's very relieved that this is the path you've chosen to take.
The brain likes the plan. I mean, can we do like an insight to sort of see if we can, I mean, I don't really have any features or anything. Never mind.
Let us, I believe this is the direction.
Okay.
We got donations in the chat. This must be right. We continue back to the great room. Come, great Krog. I give you things to smash.
All right.
And I'll take my feline ways and go bounding up the ladder.
All right.
There's a ladder. Am I crazy?
Yeah. Back up the ladder out of this little room.
Right, yeah.
So you're back on deck, and I want everyone to make a intelligence check.
Just intelligence, any kind. I mean, anything specific to it?
Well, yeah. Give me it's a DC 15.
Well, meaning like, is it
Arcana or a history or
religion
medicine
or
religion?
you know?
No. Just give me.
It's
almost like a save. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I fail.
I got right into whatever it is.
Even if it was a save, I still
17.
4. I'm still feeling. I'm still feeling the effects of whatever the brain.
Yeah.
So, Bryn, when you get up there, you notice that there is a box on the deck that wasn't there before. It blends in with everything else, but you just sort of like, that doesn't seem right. I don't think that was there before.
Yeah, these pictures are not the same.
Exactly.
I'll point it out. I'll say, fellows, friends, we'll pause. This is new, and I'll point to the box.
Okay.
Andrew, true sight. Do I see anything of interest?
The box does not seem normal. The box seems anchored in the same way that the brains seem anchored in this particular. It doesn't have that same Picasso effect that everything else is suffering from.
I'll say that out loud to everyone. I'll say this is very similar to the brain downstairs. As the space-time continuum seems to congeal right around here. I'll reach out and I'll say out loud, "Oh box, oh great box, what say you to us? Would you care to parlay?"
Okay, as he's doing that, I'm gonna push him out of the way and just be like, "Shh, kitty cat," and then walk up to the box and just open this box.
Oh,
all right. Well,
wait a sec. Before he does that, I'm sorry.
Okay.
As he's lifting, I jump out of the way.
I'm literally walking to the what?
I jump out of the way. You're about to get us all blown up.
Oh, he's saying he's okay.
Actually, what happens is the moment Krog shoves you out of the way, a beam shoots where you would have been and disintegrates the mast behind you.
Wow, I guess I don't know you for those D10s anymore, do I? Wow.
And the box kind of shimmers, and now it's not the box anymore. It is that sort of weird floating eye creature with all the tentacles that you had seen downstairs. And roll for initiative.
Oh my God.
Roll an ish.
Roll an ish. Now that's more like an 18.
I owe thee
18
13.
for Bryn.
20.
17 for MILF.
Wait a second, I gotta write this down.
19 for me.
I put it in chat.
Oh, you're
thank
so
you.
smart putting it in
That is
chat. Oh.
So Fallon, you were 13. Krog was 19. Melf is 17.
Yep.
Bryn 18.
Bryn is 18. And what is Merriman? Where does that leave Merriman?
20.
He's a 20.
Merriman's 20. All right, Merriman, you're first up.
This is I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a try anyways. I'm gonna cast Hold Monster. It's a DC. I think these things are beyond this, but it's a DC of 17, and I like to make a donation.
Yes.
I like to make a $250 donation to the kids.
Yay!
All right.
Nice.
Wow, does that help your roll or what?
I don't know, but I just thought.
For the kids, I'm going to say it actually works.
Yeah!
For the donation.
Good. So
it totally shouldn't. I know the rules say that it wouldn't, but that donation.
We should get like an action surge or something.
Yeah. So on success, the creature is held.
Creature is held.
You can make a wisdom save at the end of the round.
Yep. Okay. You guys all get your actions. You don't have to get your brains fried by this thing this round.
Nice.
And who's up next? I think it was Krog. Mighty Krog.
Yeah, all right. I'm so sick of all this mind stuff. I'm gonna do a little double action thing. I pull out a javelin out of my off my backpack here, and I'm just gonna like hurl it at this thing. And as it's flying through the air, I also pick up my maul, swing it around my back, and like wham, just slam into it. Hopefully, after the javelin has just gone straight through.
Love it.
I suppose we shall roll on both of these.
Roll away, my friend.
Plus, yeah, that's a 23.
That's a hit.
And then for the maul, it's a 14 plus, 21.
Both hit.
Yeah.
So do your damage and then.
Damage, right?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, it works exactly the way you planned it in your barbarian head. Like
Cool.
you've been dreaming about this move for weeks now. You've been practicing it in your mind because you're too lazy to practice it in real life. But in your head, you knew it was going to work.
That's exactly how it
did
worked too. And the javelin is 3 plus 5 is 8 for the javelin, and then for the maul, it is. 2 plus 3 plus 7, 10. 10 for the maul. 8 for the javelin, 10 for the maul.
8 for the javelin, 10 for the maul.
All
awesome.
No bite.
Now the bad news is you take electrical damage from striking it. Not with the javelin because you threw the javelin, but with the maul. Well, you're a lucky barbarian. 9 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
You get the feeling it could have been a lot worse. But because you only partially believe in electricity, it didn't affect you as much as it probably would have someone else.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, who's up next? I think that's
Bryn's
Bryn.
up next.
Me?
Yeah.
Bryn.
Okay. So with the hold monster, you're doing that magically, right? There's no, yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it like trying to like bust out of this spell.
But I noticed that with the melee attack, Krog took like
Absolutely.
got jolted with it. So
Yeah.
I stand in front. You see me? I go, and my chest expands, getting bigger and bigger, filling with air. And I low out, and then it just goes. And this is a thunder wave casting. So it makes a Constitution saving throw versus 17.
Con? It made it just barely.
Just barely. Okay, let me see if you take half. Yeah, you still take half. You're not pushed.
Okay.
So you stay where you are. So let me roll it. All right, so it's 23 halved. So basically 11 points of thunder damage.
11 points, okay.
You're not pushed. But 11 points of thunder damage.
All right.
And everyone hears it go boom, boom, as it, erupts.
Yeah, so there's this huge shock wave.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and you see it like obliterate like the crates and boxes behind this thing.
Cool.
And I believe, Melf, that puts you up.
Do I notice anyone else taking damage from striking the creature or not?
You just noticed the barbarian when he struck it with his maul that it electrocuted him.
All right. That's okay. You know what? I think I'm still going to do a lot of damage this way. I will suck it up and drive on. So I'm going to do 2 attacks with the spear, hand to hand on this thing. I'll hit it twice, like 27 and 28.
Both hit.
And I'll do some damage.
I think I've underestimated how easy you guys can hit things.
Yeah. So 6 plus 8, I think. Oops. Gotta take it off spells, my bad. Yeah, 6 plus 8, 14 for the first one, and 18 plus 8 is 26 for the second one.
Ooh, holy crap. Well, you smashed that thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
What is
But you take some damage.
Sure I do.
It's electrical damage, so if there's anything
No, I just take it.
8 20 points of electrical damage.
Ah, ouch.
Oh.
That hurt.
And when you crush this thing, basically like he just stabs it with the javelin, cuts straight through it. And on the second strike, as this thing obviously dies, it just lets out this wail that seems to come both from its mind and its mouth at the same time. I need everyone to make a intelligence save.
Oh God.
Poor
It's a DC 15.
Dirty 20.
What the heck? 5.
Oh.
I rolled a 1, guys, and that's I get a plus 10 on my intelligence save, and I rolled a 1.
Whoa! I rolled an 11. I mean, so we have the same number.
Yeah, but I rolled a 1, so I fail. Yeah,
Oh.
I ate it bad.
Oh, you guys got lucky. 9 points of damage to anyone that failed their save.
What kind of damage?
It's psionic, psychic damage.
So half to you.
5.
Yep. And by the way, that was 2d10. So lucky rolls. And yeah, did someone take half damage? Whoever made their save takes half
You
damage.
take half. Sorry, half of what?
Half of 9,
Half
so
of
it'd be
9.
5.
And the sound, the mental wave that sweeps out, like actually kind of knocks you guys off your feet. You just see the scream is so loud it echoes out into this sort of like cosmic maelstrom. And when that happens, you notice that one of the sort of like there's a shadow kind of looming beyond the clouds of this storm, and you just see it sort of slowly start to turn toward the vessel. It's just a massive, massive shadow.
That is not good.
In the time that I have, I'd like to reach forward and touch Melf on the forehead as though I'm feeling for warmth. And I will. Well, maybe we try this one. No, we'll just cure wounds you.
Okay.
Here we go.
Andrew, as she's doing that, I'm gonna look out with my true vision, true sight. I know this is an annoying spell that I've cast, but I just want.
I love the true sight spell.
Oh, good.
It saves me so much in this thing that I would normally have to not explain.
Right. It's an incredible opportunity to look out and can I see this thing shrouded in darkness?
Okay, so first things first. So Fallon.
Yes.
When the thing screamed out, once the scream stops and that shadow starts to move, you feel that mind link with the brain on the ship, this like wave of like relief that washes over you. Like you haven't felt, there's just a part of you that just feels so at peace because of what just happened. Meanwhile,
I share this.
Merriman, you stand out, you stare out with your true sight. And I mean, you're squinting hard, and it's like the clouds of the nebula start to kind of move aside, at least in your mind. You start to sort of bore this hole, this vision hole with your mind. And there is just what I can only describe as what looks like a giant whale, like a space whale, larger than, like far larger than the ship itself. Like the size of, it looks like a moon coming at you, coming straight at you, just lumbering through this cosmic storm, heading toward the Spelljammer.
I'll say to Fallon, ask the Great Brain, what is it we are to do now?
Okay, hold on. Someone tie up the barbarian before he attacks it.
He will not do something as irrational and idiotic as, for example, lifting the box and missing the but ask if there is something we can do, because if not, we are all dead.
Okay. Great Brain, explain what we are supposed to do now. We are about to be attacked by a space whale.
You don't have to scream at it.
Oh, sorry. I
Um,
want to whisper.
okay, you take 3 points of damage for communicating with the brain.
Oh.
And all it says to you is wait. That's all you can make out. You don't know what it means. It's telling you to wait.
Oh, it's a man of very few words.
We
He
trust
says
it.
to wait.
We wait.
Krog, I'm looking at you. We're all looking at you.
I've never been a fan of listening to this thing. This orb thing we were attacking, it has disappeared. It's not there anymore.
It died. No, it died.
Okay.
Yeah, you killed it. And in its death throes, it let out this sonic scream.
And that's the summon.
This sort of like psionic scream, like a psychic scream.
Okay.
We wait. I mean, is there? I just want to make sure that we only saw one of that Great Brain, that one that floated to the top, right?
The great
No,
brain.
sorry, the brain that we just killed. The thing that we just killed.
The big floating eye thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we wait.
So now the whale is coming toward us.
So yeah, now this massive whale is just coming toward you, and as it does, what looks sort of like a mouth, kinda, starts to open, and it just slowly drifts toward the ship. What are you gonna
I'll
do?
say to each and every single one of you, it has been this feline's honor to travel with each and every single one of you. For today is the day we all meet our great maker. Let us walk forth into oblivion with courage in our heart and a happy song on the lips of each and every single one of us.
And I start to wipe tears out of my
Farewell,
eyes.
good
And
God.
I'm just like, I'm just crying because I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could have killed more gnomes.
There's still one left.
He's dead.
Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead. That's right.
I will eviscerate him later if we get out of this and we do get to have that dinner, and me and the horse will feast on his entrails in a bloody frenzy. But unfortunately for now, it does seem like my time with killing has come to an end, because I'm going to be engulfed by an enormous space whale
As he speaks, he reminds me of this Norm corpse that I have in my pouch. I reach out and I pull it out and I take a look at it. And I'm going to try and throw it into the space whale's mouth. Just see what happens.
And I'm going to follow that up with a lightning bolt right behind the gnome.
So I just want to, like release it into the space whales.
I mean, it goes in there.
Okay.
This is the gnome that you did this with?
The dead gnome.
The dead gnome, yeah.
Dead gnome.
And so the lightning hits the dead gnome, and there's a sparky, fiery, lightning, electric dead gnome that just goes drifting into the whale in like the most obscure 2001 reference ever, as it just disappears down into the maw of this massive thing. I mean, I can't even describe to you how big this thing is, especially as it sort of passes over the vessel.
All right.
And it starts to get dark.
Everyone protect Mouth if we can.
We can.
At this point, shouldn't we go? Can't I go take a swing at that brain?
No.
Like at this point.
No,
At this point.
Wait.
We must trust. We must trust the
It's like Finding Nemo, right?
We have done our
It could be like Geppetto, and we need to ride through the cosmic whale. Okay.
We are where we are supposed to be. Let us meet.
I can't believe you guys are just going to let this whale swallow you. I'm shocked.
It's bigger than the ship,
I
right?
shot
Where
it
are we
with a lightning
supposed
bolt.
to
It
go?
didn't do anything.
No, I
What do
know.
you want from me?
So as the whale passes over this ship, and of course, like the inside of it, the tunnel is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The more the whale passes over you, all light goes away. There's maybe a little bit of bioluminescence inside this thing, it's like running through its veins inside its cavity in its stomach or whatever. You get one last little message from the brain, and it's 4 points of damage. And it's that image you saw before of the opal, the pearl, and all you get is the word find.
So maybe the opal is like in the center of this whale or something.
By the whale.
Yes.
Oh, we are saved. Oh, we are saved.
Or it's the brain of this whale. I don't know.
I know.
I'll kiss every single one of them. I will kiss
Not me.
Mwah, and mwah. We are not to perish this way. We have hands. Mwah. Oh, Krog, come hold me.
Oh,
this cat is like purring everywhere and rubbing it up against our legs. Like, calm down.
Allow me to play us a song. I'll grab my pan flute and start just rocking out. An inspiration to all of us.
Oh, yeah.
So
as we're still in the mouth of an enormous cosmic whale. We haven't found this opal or whatever that you think is going to save us.
Yes.
Can we focus, please?
So long story short, eventually the ship gets hung up inside this thing's innards, and it gets kind of like, and I'm going to have everyone make a dexterity save.
All right.
As the
See if I can
ship
get
sort
another
of
one.
drowns itself in the
14?
Suez Canal of this giant space whale.
Nat 20, which I will say is $100 for the kids.
Ooh.
Finally, we got one.
No kidding. No shit.
Yeah.
I got
Natural one.
10.
Nice.
Oh.
Maybe I should do it on natural ones. We get more
Wait,
money.
who rolled the natural one? Nice. All right.
I go ass over.
You got reflexes like a cat.
It was so big.
So everyone else manages to sort of grab onto something as the ship like comes to a sort of this jerking halt, except for Merriman, who just goes ass over tea kettle and just lands slap dab on this sort of squishy, fleshy wall of this thing, and he's now lying about 20 feet below you. Interesting enough, it only takes 5 points of damage from the fall, but you probably don't take fall damage, right? Am I assuming?
No, I don't think I do. That's correct.
And so, but you land, it's so soft where you land, you don't take any of the damage. But you are now covered in like just weird viscera from this thing. But it's solid enough to walk on.
Yeah, we have to. Yes. Okay. So we have find this pearl.
Yeah. So what are we in? Are we entrapped? There's like viscera all around us. What is this stuff? It's like
And there's a smell.
Wow.
There's definitely a smell.
We're in the whale guts.
And it seems to be coming from, I'm going to call it south of your position. deeper in this kind of sort of winding hole that goes deeper inside this whale.
I somehow feel like Lemmy-winks for some reason.
I say we move quickly. Let's go. Time is of the essence.
Perhaps this thing ate it. Perhaps it ate the opal.
well, then we know where it's gonna end up, right?
South.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll start to head in that direction.
I don't think the essence. I don't think time is the essence.
We
I definitely
effectively the
smell the
whale
essence.
colonoscopy crew.
Forward into the stench. Come quickly.
So
right.
the cat's already on his way. The cat's like waving to you. We must
All
be
right.
off.
Where did you go?
Do I see
So
my
you-
gnome anywhere? Can I recollect it?
No, you don't see your gnome. Your gnome is further down the whale hole than you guys are.
Friend us, Pippin.
I'll say to everyone, be careful with the lightning bolts or the fire. We are inside a live animal. That may end poorly for all of us.
Oh,
Just
I would like to try to use mind link to this thing.
All right,
If it's
the-
alive.
The space whale.
I think we're getting some bits in the
Yeah.
chat here, which is good.
Hey,
They're
So I'm seeing
helping
some
us.
bits go. Yes, which
I
is about
love
time.
it.
We need some hints on where this thing is. All right, let's go
Yay.
forward, further into the gullet.
All right, it feels like it's a good plan. It feels like you're going the right direction. You're starting to kind of understand what's happening here. Let's talk about this mind link that you're attempting. Are the bits going to help her with the mind link? Do we have some donations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks like we got 1150.
Nice.
I am attempting to do a crystal rune reading. I'm trying to realign my chakras. I'm trying to.
All right, no chance in hell you're going to understand the thoughts of this thing. But what you do gather from the little bit of the connection you're able to make is whatever this is old beyond counting. This thing has existed like longer than most planets, assuming you know what a planet is.
I have no idea. Maybe the horse knows.
Worlds is probably the better way to put it. Older than worlds.
So if I make my way towards the through the intestines of this thing, like, am I crossing through actual physical fleshy stuff, or?
Yeah, you're definitely walking. You're walking and crossing over lumps and hills of fleshy parts. You're getting yourself covered in like weird whale space bile. You'll occasionally pass by some dead guys that like are partially digested. Some weird, strange creatures you don't recognize. Like you're definitely you're kind of past the stomach area, and the smell is just beyond anything you can imagine.
Hate it when
Whose
this
idea
happens.
was this?
The big brains.
Yeah,
Should have smashed that thing when you had the chance.
Thank you. Finally, listening to reason, but too late now.
And the mind link with the brain is telling you, "Thank you for feeding my space whale." No, I'm just kidding. So you're
Like
the mind.
gnome snack.
I mean, it got eaten too, right? I mean, the brain's
Yeah.
in here with us
Yep.
on the ship. So, okay.
So you're
So we are now
trudging
going-
down through
Walking.
this thing, and now we get our first interior whale wandering monster. Oh, and lucky you guys,
Is there a roll chart for that?
you get blink
Wandering
slugs.
whale.
You've landed on blink slugs.
Randomized
So,
roll chart for
As you're getting
inside a
deeper
whale.
inside this thing, you notice that there are these weird white maggoty things on the wall that give off like a bioluminescent glow. And as you approach them, they all start like blinking, almost like they're animals warning one another. And then they start vanishing off the walls and appearing closer and closer. So they're sort of
Blink slugging.
teleporting toward you.
Yep. Yep.
Now, Krog, now is your moment. Smash away.
Smash the slugs.
We're just gonna stay. We're gonna stay in the last initiative. We're gonna make it easy for everybody. So that puts you up, Merriman.
I will. I'll hold off and wait until somebody tries to attack Melf, or I'll go at the end of the round. One of the two.
Okay. Krog. Blink
Melf,
slugs.
what's with the babysitter,
They're like
Melf?
literally blinking. They're basically disappearing and then reappearing closer and closer. And now there's like 3 coming right at you.
Oh God. I mean, it's just time for big old mall time. I'm so tired of this. I frenzy again, just screaming my name, and then pull out my maul and just start to like hammer away at the air where I think they might be. So hopefully slamming into someone, just spin around like this tempest.
You know what? That's awesome. I'm going to give you a +2 on your attack for thinking to try to hit where you think they're going to be.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure Krog has some sort of feat that allows him to smash things backwards as well, like 5 or 10 feet.
Sure.
Oh
Remember,
yeah,
right.
I do. Yeah. I can hit things. I can
Nice.
make them move like 5 feet. All right, 13 plus 11 hit. Yeah, that's big. That's 20.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
22. Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bam. The damage is, let's see, 15.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll your other attacks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, second attack was a 1. That's bad. Okay. And third attack, because I'm frenzied, is a that's like a 24.
Okay. Do your damage.
So
The two attacks that hit.
16 and 12.
Okay. You basically just, one of them blinks out of existence here, blinks right here, and you just crush it. Like you're ready for that thing. And you swing back around, another one blinks on this side, you swing and hit it. You swung at another one, you're not sure what happened, but like you just obliterate these things. And they give off this like weird, noxious odor, and they squirt this horrible white, gooey center, but none of it gets on you. And you're just like, you turn and you look at the rest of the group, and this is a little outside of initiative, and you're like, I got him! And there's one right here on your neck, the one you missed. Is just sitting right on your neck. You don't feel it. Everyone else is just looking at you like.
I'm like, yes, carnage.
You're like, they're not that hard to kill.
I feel so good. Who's up next? Who's coming out? Bryn, are you next?
So that's Bryn. Yeah,
This
Bryn.
being great. I'll pull out my spear and two-handed try to jab into, just skewer the one on his neck.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I won't even be mad if you go through my neck. I won't even be mad.
That's an 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right. And I did that versatile. So where's my, it's not an 8. Where's the 8? There's the 8. Okay. That is an 11 damage on that.
That sucker smashed.
Sweet.
Ooh.
You take 1 point of damage,
out.
Krog, from the weird white acidy substance that comes out of it when she kills it.
It burns, but it feels so good too.
Yeah, it's a good
It's
burn.
like a cyst.
It's a good burn.
Skewered on the end of my
it's like a
spear.
shaving nick, like a really bad nick. Like
It's like a cyst.
Yeah, it's just like
Ingrown hair.
this nasty goiter that he just popped on his neck.
Oh God.
Fallon would like to walk over. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just, speaking of goiters, are those things still on our backs?
Oh yeah, they're there. They're big. Like when you look at Krog, you actually see like these 2 big like shimmering black humps on his back.
Yeah,
It's like actually squeezing in on his face.
Hey Merriman, how are those things on my back? Is it?
You don't have long. You do not have long.
Oh my God.
Last time I
He's just operating on information that he doesn't have, and he's like, no, you're a dead man.
You are.
You're gone.
Do you have a last will and testament? Now is the time. Let us know. Do we burn your body in the fire? What is it? How would you like to be delivered unto the gods?
I would like you guys to eviscerate me and eat my entrails, if you don't mind. Just cook them up.
Ask your wishes.
Now that's a first date.
We'll continue forward. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Frog
Alan, you
chickens.
were going to say something. I interrupted.
Where are we? Whose turn is it? Who's
I think I'm up. I don't know.
By the way, I got to tell you, I'm getting news that like the what do you call them, the bits or whatever, are flying in now. People are
Yeah, that's good. Keep the
people
bits
are
rolling.
enjoying this. Let's get some slugs going. All right, blink slugs. Bryn, I think you were up, right?
I
just went.
I just went.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Mel.
skewered the one on.
You
That's
skewered
right.
the one on his neck. All right. So, how many of these little blink slugs do I see?
It's a lot. It's dozens. They're
Dozens,
They're coming,
okay.
They're coming because they're feeding up from further down.
Oh, I thought we were done. Oh,
Okay.
Oh no, there's more and more coming.
Curious.
All right. So I'm going to fly above the ground using the fly ability and the spear there, and I'm going to get about 25 feet away from the front person in the party and activate a first level thunder strike for 2d8 damage.
Nice.
In a 15-foot cube. And the damage is 11 points.
All right, 11. Okay, so basically these things are like popping in and out of existence, getting closer and closer. You fly up, you cast this thunder strike. It just arcs through the sort of colon of this thing. And now you're kind of getting a nice view of like how deep this hole goes. And just these slugs are popping like popcorn, just pop, 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 pop. You obliterate everyone that you see,
Now you're
and
making
at the same time, you see the tunnel start to like twist, reacting to the lightning bolt, and then you hear something that I can only describe as the world's largest belch, and then you hear a rush coming from behind you.
All right, I'm
Now.
going to tell everybody to get down and hold on to something.
And so everyone's holding on. Krog turns and just kind of casually looks over his shoulder, and you just see this wave of whale crap washing toward you and the entire group.
Wait. As that happens, Andrew, I'm gonna cast.
Wait. I've still got 2 more to do before I can get back to you. I've still got to do Fallon.
Oh. But I was holding off until something attacked Mel. So.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. So you can yes.
I'm gonna cast Dimension Door and try to Dimension Doors to the other side of the file coming out.
Oh. Smart.
That's
I'll
sweet.
take that ride.
That is sweet.
I can't believe you outthought my crap attack. Damn it.
Excuse me?
So it is a 500 feet. So I'm going to wait. I'll gather together. I'm going to cast and immediately go through the door. And as it gets closer, I'm going to cast and try to get to the other side of this bile raid.
So yeah, basically as this sort of wave, this tidal wave of bile and feces comes flying at you, you see, I keep wanting to call you Merriman. Merriman
Whatever
opens
you
this.
so desire, Game Master.
Merriman opens this door and pushes everyone through. Just as the wave comes crashing down, you guys go spilling out into this massive. It looks like a cavern. This is like a cathedral cavern of flesh, and you kind of just all fall out of this dimension door one at a time into the bottom of, and you land. No damage is taken because it's so nice and squishy and disgusting. You are now covered in whale feces from hitting, but not as bad as it could have been. And
Does anybody have a prestidigitation?
In this chamber, as you kind of like stand up in this sort of weird fleshy cavern, there is the remains of a smaller Spelljammer that's been destroyed. Its hull's cracked in half. And it's not small, but it's smaller than the one that you were on. And it's just sitting at the bottom of this sort of like crazy giant cave cathedral room.
Is that what we are looking for?
One
Bryn?
can only assume.
I'm not sure, but because someone said they'd pay 500 bits for me to shoot my acid arrow into this thing's stomach, I'm going to go ahead and throw Melf's acid arrow into the stomach.
Melf, right now? Right now? Can we not wait? Can we not wait?
All right. So acid arrow into the center of this thing.
Yep.
That is what you call pure pressure.
All right. So when you do that, at first nothing happens.
Oh my god.
And then the ground beneath you slowly begins to undulate. And then the entire room starts to turn. And now I need everyone to roll dex saves.
There is nothing I can do to save us.
Doesn't someone have the purple pill that we could use to Nexium or something to settle the stomach?
It's a 3 for Bryn.
21.
Well, good, Bryn.
12.
7.
What about you, Merriman?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, goodness.
Nice.
I'm so angry when the Melf. First of all, when you pull out the acid arrow, I've been waiting my whole life to see that. That makes me very happy. And then I get completely distracted and get.
So basically, as this is happening, the whole whale is just turning. And now everything you didn't see before, we're talking pieces of ancient ruined cities, multiple spelljammers, all sorts of like things that you don't even understand what they are, just come tumbling out at you in this wave of just flotsam and jetsam that just rolls over you like a mountain, like a tumbling mountain, like a landslide of garbage. And everyone basically failed their save except for Fallon, right? So 22 points of damage to everyone who failed their save.
Oh, man.
Has it been more than an hour since the start of our adventure in Adventure Time?
I think so, yeah. 11 points of damage to you, Fallon. And basically that's just you guys doing every heroic thing you can to duck and dive through this massive wall of PG, of crap.
Poo storm.
Caca.
Poopy.
Caca. Garbage that's flying at you. By the time the dust settles on that, and you've got just stuff dripping off the ceilings, huge glops of feces falling down like rain. The derelict spelljammer that was at the bottom of the cavern is now turned over and crushed. And in the middle of it all, what has now been exposed is what, in this nest of garbage, you see this glowing opal, and guarding this glowing opal is what looks to be a diseased beholder. And
no.
It does not look happy.
Oh, here we go.
We made it through the proverbial shitstorm.
How
And
far away is
it's
it?
looking directly at you. It's about 100 feet from you.
Does it see us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All of its eyes are like.
Hi.
Yeah, every single eye is looking directly at you, and it is not at all happy, but it's still trying to figure out what just happened. So I'm going to give you guys first initiative.
You said it's a diseased beholder. Is that what you call it?
It looks wounded. You can see that it has some arrows sticking out of it. It's got scars, and it looks like it's got a bubbling like green growth going down the left side of its face.
Ew.
The eye is a little like, what's the word for it when it's got like
Yellow or
pussy?
something?
Yeah, it's yellowed and
ooh.
pussy.
Yeah, gross.
It's not a
Okay.
healthy beholder,
Oh.
but it's a beholder.
Okay. Are we going to start from me or from top of initiative again?
Let's do another round of initiative.
Another round of initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
New initiative.
Okay.
I'll
I got
say,
18.
Druid, is there anything you can do to help this creature?
Help it.
Help it.
I
Well,
can't help it. It's keeping
Okay.
us from why we are
watch
here.
the raise. Watch the raise.
So, Bryn, that was a 12 for you, right?
For me,
No,
No,
give me
12
everyone's
for Bryn.
initiative.
Brent was
Yeah.
a 12. Brent was a 12.
14.
14. All right.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Try mine. Wait. Oh, 13.
Okay. Krog got the 18.
Yeah.
And then Matthew got the 14. Who got 13? Is that Melf?
Not 9 for Melf.
I was 13.
Oh, Fallon was 13. Okay.
How far away is it, Andrew?
It's 100 feet away.
Okay.
Okay. Whose go is it? Is it my go?
Yeah, Krog, it's on you.
All right. I have this thing called intimidating presence, which can like frighten a creature. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, DC 14, or be frightened. So I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just run up to the thing and just be like, just my muscles rippling and just bloodshot eyes, just terrify this thing.
So you're just moving. You're running up, just in a rage, trying to scare the crap out of it. Got it.
Exactly.
All right. So that puts Merriman up next.
I'm going to cast polymorph, and I'm going to polymorph into an adolescent red dragon.
Interesting.
Hey, that's my trick.
Is that what you're doing?
No. Just as a druid, that's my thing.
So as I see that, I see this thing, and I know the legend of beholders. I know how wicked they are, and it is time now to do whatever I've got to do to survive. So I start to go into a change, and I come out, and I start to grow into a young red dragon. So
this is a spell you're casting on yourself?
Correct. It's called polymorph.
Yeah. You try to cast it and nothing happens.
Oh, great. Okay. That was the end of my turn.
Yep.
Oh.
Do we?
Alan.
We are in an anti-magic area. So Fallon would like to walk.
I'll yell that out. My spell did not work. We are doomed. Run.
Somebody go rub its belly. Fallon would like to walk up to the creature and hand it a glowing white rectangle. We also do facials and full body massage. Refer your friends. And while she's saying that, she would like to smack him across the face with her staff.
All right. Well, you gotta wait. You're not close enough. What's your move? Your max move in running is probably
50.
60, 50.
Well, it's plus 10 if I consider a.
Yeah. So you're racing to engage it in combat, basically.
Yeah. You'd have to sprint. You'd have to take your action.
Yeah. So Bryn, that puts you up.
Jeez. Well, hearing Merriman shout that his magic did not work, everything, sort of the color drains from Bryn's face. Shoot, this is sort of innate. Let's give it a shot. I start to gallop towards him. And as I'm running, I begin to change form, and my centaur body shifts as I'm running into. I guess I will join. We'll see if it works or not. I would like to transform into a copper dragon wormling. If I can.
All right. So, because the thing has its eye on Krog, because of Krog's insane rage intimidation move, your polymorph actually works.
So it's not polymorph, it's wild shape, which is like
Wild
an
shape.
innate.
Oh, so it's innate. So it's
Although,
not mystical.
hold on, I can only do a beast. So wait, I can't do that. Hold on. Let me double check.
So is there like an anti-magic eye or something?
Yeah, it's an anti-magic cone.
Dang.
Okay.
That it gives off.
Well, I mean, I already committed to this. Now that I know that, I might have done something else, but it doesn't matter. I committed to this, so but I can't do.
Nah, come on, we're loose. It's loose.
We're
Come
loose?
on. Yeah, we're loose.
So let me do something else. Great. So instead of that, I'll try to use the spell. So again, I sort of reach my hands because I don't need access to it, do I? Yeah, I reach my hands to the sky, and as if I could summon the power of stars and light and sun just in my connection to it. A glowing star appears inside my hands, and as I run forward my 40 feet so that I'm 60 feet from this thing, and I let forward this beam, this long 60-foot line of sunlight, and the eye is going to make a Constitution saving throw. Versus 17, hopefully.
We have any points out there to knock some points off my saving throw?
We better. Let's see if we can get some bits.
Got some bits. I'm getting ready to roll.
All right, I see at least 100 bits. Who else has got some bits out there? Make it rain. It's time to go.
To knock down his.
Yeah, I'll take for every 100 bits. I'll take one off the saving throw.
Unless some of I don't have any inspiration. I don't have any.
Looks like we got 200.
What was the DC? What was the
17?
400.
17. Oh, that 400 did it. That 400 did it.
Right.
Yes.
Boom.
All right.
So you take it. So
what's the damage?
It's going to be 6d8.
Nice.
Oh.
I only have one. I think. Can I do it on here? How do I do it on here? I don't know how. I don't know. I'm not very good.
Oh, there's a little rolly thing in the lower left.
Oh, okay.
A
There
little
we go.
D20.
Okay,
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, here's my 8s. How do I do more than 1? 2. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then roll. There we go.
Nice.
35 points of damage.
Very nice.
And I believe you are blinded.
Blinded by the light.
So yes, this shoots out, and I maintain it. So I hold it, and it keeps searing.
Oh,
into
you just blinded the beholders.
You are blinded.
That takes out his anti-magic. So instantly, Merriman, you transform instantly.
Woo!
Nice.
I know that's not really in the rules, but that's what I'm saying.
That sounds great, though. And we raised another.
Instantly, when the eye goes blind, Merriman's polymorph turns back on.
I immediately start taking shape and fly into the air. The young red dragon.
And does that take care of everyone this round, or?
Actually, I didn't go yet.
Yeah, Melf, I think we're still.
Yeah.
Melf, you're up.
All right. Well, I think since we're going for it here, I will go ahead and charge towards it. My maximum movement, which is 30 feet. Does that get me within? How far away was it initially?
Well, that's your maximum movement if you're running. You can run.
Oh no, I could run, but then
attacking.
I couldn't take an action. I wanted to cast a spell.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah.
So if I can't get there, then I was going to try disintegrate, but if I can't do that, I'll drop a lightning bolt on this thing then, and that'll be fine. So I'll go ahead and drop a 4th level lightning bolt on it. So 96 coming its way. It needs to make a dex check 17. Dex save 17.
Dex 17. Oh shit. It failed. Sorry. Oh darn. Oh dang.
Rats.
Oh rats.
All right. I'll even use the electronic roller here. 30 points.
Nice.
30 points of damage.
Nice.
You guys are taking it to this beholder in just one round. That's interesting.
It's interesting.
But now it's the beholder's turn. Now we get to have fun. So I'm gonna do this nice. Sorry, Krog, but you're the one who had its attention. But it's blinded now.
Blinded.
So I'm gonna play this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Krog, it is you. You were chosen.
Oh.
Krog, give me a dexterity save. DC 16.
If the bard sings Manfred Mann blinded by the light, though, will that give him advantage?
Of course.
All right. Do you know Manfred Mann? Do you know it? Blinded by the light? Merriman, you're a bard. Yeah.
If there you go.
Dragon form. No middle of the night, blinded for the light.
What'd you roll, Krog?
12.
12. All right.
That's
Keep it going.
My singing.
You got to keep it going. Where's our?
Blinded by the light. No middle of the night, blinded by the light. No middle of the night.
All right.
Terrible.
Because of his singing, you only take 25 points of damage.
Oh, all right. Good singing. Good job, man.
Good singing.
Oh my God. I'm almost dead. All right.
Basically, the eyes have come alive now with their rays. 3 of them are going to attack you. That was the first one. The next one's coming at you, Bryn.
All right.
I need you to make a DC 16 Constitution save.
Con save. Okay.
I give you inspiration. Blinded by the light.
It's okay. I got an 18, so I'm okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Or
Yeah.
half or whatever I take. Yeah.
No, you
No,
don't.
good. Great. I maintain
Oh no,
my
I'm
light.
sorry. It is half.
Oh,
it is half.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is 18 points of damage. As
And
an
that's the
innervation
half?
race, as a ray sweeps over you, and you just feel like your skin where the ray hit you just rot.
Okay.
And that leaves one left.
I maintain my spell.
Fallon. Oh, you do. Okay.
I
The
just
spell
rolled.
is maintained.
I maintain.
And Fallon, you're getting hit with
Maybe not.
DC 16
what is it?
dexterity
Okay.
save.
Okay, let's see how we do. Well, I made an 18.
Oh, good for you. So
So
a petrification ray sweeps out at you.
Oh,
And let's see.
I have measures.
And nothing happens.
nice.
The ray that you dodge the ray.
Yeah, was that a ranged attack or was it like a?
It's a ray. It's like a beam of light coming out of the eyes of these things.
On the stalks.
All right.
So these stalks, these eye stalks, are basically just all looking at you guys shooting beams now, every which way.
Okay.
And we're back to Merriman.
I swoop in and attack. So I'll fly as I'm going. I'll say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. We're back to Krog. My bad, Merriman.
My bad.
All right. I run up. I'm still running at this thing. Clearly, I didn't intimidate it very much, but I run up with my. I'm actually going to pull out my battle axe and try to hack off a couple of those little eyeballs.
Ice stalks? All right.
Nice.
Two of them. So first roll to hit is 16.
That's with everything, or is that just what you rolled?
With everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay, second roll to hit with everything is 10.
No, 2 misses. This thing's, it's diseased, but it's fast. I mean, it's really moving fast.
Terrible.
And those stalks are like dodging your axe.
How does Krog look health-wise? Do you look like you have a lot of rents and blood flow, or are you doing
Now
okay?
it is still
pretty beat up?
blinded. So would he have advantage on those attacks?
Well, it's only the main eye is blinded.
Oh, only the main.
The big, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is actually the best thing that could have happened to you guys. That's how these things kill people, is with that
Sure.
anti-magic cone.
Sure.
So who's up next? Now it's your turn, Merriman.
Yeah.
I want to see. So Matthew, I want to see that same energy in the first take. I want to see you. I just want to see that.
Can't do it. I can't do it. I'll be in my trailer. I'll come swooping in and I'll say in my dragon voice, "Get out of the way!" and I'll attack with a claw, attack with a bite, swoop up, and then blow. Trying to give them a little time to get out of the way before a breath weapon hits.
Gotcha.
Now I've seen Krog fight, so if he gets caught, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. But it'd be great if Fallon got out of the way.
I won't be that.
So roll your attacks for me, please.
Well, let me do it this way. Stand by. Okay. Sorry, I'm not used to running a red dragon, so I can't do it that way. So I'll do this way. So it's plus 10. So 29 plus
That's a
10,
hit.
29 again. So both hit. So I'm gonna take the base. So it's a 13 and 17. That's 30 damage. I fly up and I blast it with a
How much to get Matt to sing "We Didn't Start the Fire," the Billy Joel song? Do you think we can get that? How much in bits can we get that?
I never should have played a bard with you around. I am not a singer. This is not what I do. But I can dance.
He could, or he'll bust a move. I don't know.
But before I blast, please let me do my blast of. Now I don't know if he gets an attack of opportunity because I swoop in, attack, pull back, and hit him with fire. Normally he would get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'll give him one.
Okay.
And
then I blast him with my fire breath.
Okay, I'm going to give you the fire breath before his attack, and then you'll do a dex save.
Okay.
So hit him with the fire breath.
Okay, so that's 16d6.
Holy crap.
That's
We did
60
get-
damage.
60?
What?
60 fire damage.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Wow.
Yep.
What?
There's a
Damn.
Oh, dude.
Freaking
So-
dragon.
So the sad part of this is, Krog, you need to make a DC save.
Oh,
Oh.
Uh-oh. We do have 3,000 bits to hear the Billy Joel start the fire, by the way. That has been.
So we're gonna let, if you sing, we're gonna give a bonus to his dex save roll.
Oh.
I have to say, I think in this moment back to all the times I was called Kitty.
yeah. I wouldn't do it.
So,
I wouldn't do it. My dex check is only an 8. What does that
It'd be
mean?
hard to boost that too.
I mean, I got 60 fire damage
It
up.
means you take 60 points of fire damage. Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be
Dude,
bad. That'd be all sorts of bad.
it was nice knowing all y'all.
Oh
He's dying.
Sing, damn it, sing! Give him an advantage.
we didn't start the fire.
I just got
It
roasted.
was always burning since the world's been turning.
I just got roasted.
Oh, we're getting a performance. We're getting a performance.
Oh my
Woo!
god.
He's
Look
singing.
at
He's
that.
singing for it.
And we're getting a
As I see the fire stream down on me, I just say I knew it would be you, and then I just burst into flames.
Oh no, Krog!
Krog, no!
Oh, Crow!
Pour one out!
Die. Yeah, that's it.
Was it double max or is he dying?
I don't know what are your points at, Krog?
I'm below. I'm like 30 below.
But it's not double max, so he's just dying.
Yeah,
You're
he's
dying.
dying. So
Dying.
you're baked. You're not dead, but you're
Yeah.
baked.
Just like on fire. Just like
Yeah.
You're a crispy critter, but you're not quite dead.
just kill
And
me.
I want
already.
you to know,
Wait,
something
oh
inside
no.
of me is so happy to watch you just.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. I get it. I get
Well,
it.
wait a second. The attack of opportunity is coming. So
Oh,
you've got a DC save dexterity coming for you.
Okay. K's athletics, yes. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I
No, it's
save
just
as-
your DC. Yeah, your dexterity.
Yeah, I save as a dragon. Oh, I get no bonus for a dex save for a dragon. Okay. You got it. I'll meet you in hell, Krog. Ooh, a 17 is what I rolled on the dice.
Oh, so you take no damage.
Oh!
Yep. So this death ray just sweeps over you. You see this like black ray cut straight through you, but You're able to dodge out of the way just barely.
Wow.
So that's that puts, I think, I want to say, sorry, I keep losing my, I think Fallon, you're up.
Up. Okay.
You're close enough to attack if you want.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I don't know if I can do this as a reaction, because when the thing went to, I guess, missile at me, it missed. So I can deflect, and as a reaction, I can throw it back at that thing. Plus 4.
But not a ray. Like a missile, yes. Like any sort of thrown object, but not like a ray. Yeah.
It can't be magical.
Yeah, you can't deflect a beam of light.
I tried. All right, so she's going to step up to it.
It's pretty hurt. I mean, it looked, that fire really took. It's basically on fire now. Its skin is black and blistered. Yeah.
All right, she's like, the end has come for you, child, and she just swipes it with her staff for the first attack.
All right, roll them.
Mm-hmm.
Nail on the eye.
25 hit.
That's a hit.
Oh, that is 9 points of damage. And then with the extra attack, please. Oh, does a 30 hit?
That hits.
That is 10 points of damage, and that's with a stunning strike. You need to make a con saving throw of a 15.
Okay.
And you are stunned until the end of my next turn.
He does not seem stunned.
No.
Next up is.
Wait, I have bonus attack.
Oh.
Okay.
I've come here. I don't play. And I'd like to spend a key point, of course, to do flurry of blows. So I have 2 unarmed slap across the whole face and a back slap as well. So the first one does a 24 hit.
That's a hit.
He takes 8 points of damage. And then a backhand does a 19 hit.
That's a hit.
That is 5 points of damage. So she basically goes up and with her staff and goes,
yeah,
do not scare people.
Yeah, she basically beat the crap out of this thing. It's still going.
All right.
It's still going. That puts Bryn up.
All right. So I've had this, I managed to just, even though taking all of that, force of damage that it shoved at me, I was able to just hold on to the star in my hand. So I separate my hands. You see it again, kind of grow and glow. And then I shoot out another one. So another con 17 saving throw from it.
Oh, that is a 1.
Oh.
What does that mean? Do I get double?
I will give you double damage, yes.
12 d8?
Oh.
Well, the first 6 is 29.
Oh.
The second 6
obliterated
is 26. So we're looking at, what is that? 55? What did I get?
Oh.
20, it's 65, something like that.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
you basically just the light just rips through this beholder and just tears it apart.
Okay.
And as the light dissipates from that massive attack, fire and light, you just see that opal sitting there for the taking.
I gallop forward and drop to my centaur horse knees and slide up next to Krog. Immediately I let that light go, and as I slide up next to him, you see running from the other side another, like a stallion, but this one is like a ghostly shimmer of light, and as it runs forward.
So Krog, you're seeing all of this from above as your soul is just slowly drifting up through Space Whale, past the Space Whales.
And I just
Space Whale.
I just smell barbecue.
Yeah.
You do.
No.
And in fact, now for the first time, you actually see the big black thing that's eating you. and it's like 5 times the size of when it starts. It's huge. It's basically like you're lying on a black waterbed.
Oh,
So as I run forward and this sort of spectral blue mist of a stallion next to me starts to take pace and runs ahead, and it runs right through Krog's body, giving him 18 hit points.
Nice.
All right.
So
we got some points.
His soul is sucked back down, hopefully.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of bits coming in, so I'm gonna double that for you, Krog.
All right.
Oh, thank
So
God.
that's
I need it.
is that 36?
34.
34?
Or 36. Sorry, 36. You're right.
Oh, yes, you're up.
Yeah, at 36, that means I have 1 hit point.
Yes.
Yes.
So Krog basically his soul slams back down into his body. He sits bolt upright and he says, "Did I kill it?"
Yes.
Yes, you did.
You are as mighty as you believe you are.
So given that it's 9:20, I'm gonna make this. I think we should call it quits, right, guys? Let's make this simple.
Probably.
You found the orb. You're gonna deliver that back. You're gonna walk back through the waist deep feces back to the ship. Deliver that to the brain. It turns out that you plug it back into the brain psionic system, and the Spelljammer is back up and running, and the brain's able to open a portal and send you all home. And as a gift, and I'll give this to you later, but basically each one of you will receive one pretty major magic item from the ship's treasure trove that will be gifted to you by the brain for saving it. Turns out that the ship, this particular Spelljammer, is actually a living sentient ship.
Oh wow.
Does it have a name?
It does, but I left it upstairs. Sorry.
Okay.
But it is still stuck in the space whale, right?
No, it's able to warp space and time. That it basically takes you home.
Okay, good.
Once it's back up and running, it's able to bend space and time, which is why the weird space and time bends aboard the ship were happening because it was messed up.
I was just thinking this was a great adventure, and it would be awesome to do it again if we could at some point in
Seriously.
time. I know we're all busy people, but I mean, if we could get it all back together.
You guys did some great stuff, really smart stuff. Blinding the beholder. This beholder thing was supposed to kill you. I was very surprised. Blinding it to stop its anti-magic cone was brilliant.
Yeah, it was
Anything
good.
with eyes, you go for the eyes, right?
I didn't see that coming at all.
And before we leave, I'll take some of the teeth from that small creature on the ship, and I'll take some time and I'll thread a little necklace. And I'll give each one of them a necklace with that creature's little tooth hanging on the end of it to remember us by. To remember us. And I'll go around at all of them, and each one, I'll scratch their face. Scratch their face just gently and purr in their ear and say thank you for your companionship.
Thank you.
So I just got a text message from David Baxter begging us to turn this into a campaign. So
I'm telling you, this is. I mean, if we do this every so often to raise money for charity, I think that'd be wonderful. I enjoyed the heck out of this.
It's so much fun.
Well, you guys are a joy to play with. Thanks for letting this old DM shake some barnacles off and give it a go.
Now, this is ridiculous, but before we go, I just want to be able to go around and see what all of you guys are doing. Give you a chance to just talk about what you're doing. This was our big event for GaryCon. I loved it. We raised about $350 in chat from bits, which is awesome. So thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and donate another $1,000 to that just for Extra Life, just because we need to do that. So thank you so much, guys. I mean, that was amazing. So I guess I'll go ahead and just we'll start with Deborah, because now you're in the top left-hand corner of there. So
I'm not doing it. I'm looking for work.
All right, so she needs a job. Anybody needs something done?
Anyone hiring? You want to reach out? But yeah, I don't know. I'm doing a couple of other hopefully charity D&D things and writing some stuff that hopefully I can put out some adventures with some of my friends sometime soon. I'll invite you guys if you want to come play.
Potentially narrating some books, maybe. I don't know. I think
We'll
there's
see.
some
I don't
future in
know.
that. We talked about that.
We can make a podcast of this.
I'm telling you, we could do something. All right.
Yeah, that's me.
Mr. Harbour.
Oh, what do I got? My movie just got pushed again, but hopefully Black Widow opens on July
Yes.
now, apparently, hopefully with Disney Plus as well as in the theaters. Go get vaccinated. I just got vaccinated because I have because I'm eligible, unfortunately, but go get vaccinated, get movies back to work because it's really fun to go to the movies. I miss going to the movies.
Amen, brother.
And it's just really nice to play with y'all. I'm big fans of all your work, and so it's just really nice to sit down and like have some fun.
It was awesome. I love the way you played Krog. Is there anything with Stranger Things we need to know about, or is that all? Hush hush?
We're shooting right now, but
Okay.
I don't know when it's gonna. I can't tell you when it's gonna come out. I don't really know. I'm not really allowed to talk about that stuff because Netflix snipers come out of the walls. And I do. It will. We are shooting season 4, and eventually we'll get it to you.
All right. Enough said. Yeah, well, that's good enough for me. Mr. Lillard, what's going on with you?
My name is Matthew Lillard. I'm on a show right now called Good Girls on NBC Worldwide on Netflix. And that's been great. We've been around for 4 seasons, and we finally, in a weird way, found an audience this year, and it's blowing up, which has been great for us and great for the show. And we're really happy to be back and back to work. It was a long stretch off for a lot of people, and our crew's back and makes us super happy. And then 4 of my best friends and I started a company called Beetle and Grimm's. We make high-end Dungeons and Dragons boxed editions.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Awesome. Really incredible.
So that's a midlife crisis that's turned into a business, and it's that too has been a fantastic journey. And I just want to say that to play with you and to play with the energy at the table, even though it's virtual, to support Gary Con, to support you, Luke, to support what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
It was a real gift. So thank you very much for doing it.
No, I really certainly appreciate it. This is I had so much fun tonight. I can't even thank you guys enough. Alicia.
Exactly. Hey, everybody. I'm Alicia. I'm Alicia Marie Body on socials. I'm pretty much always going off on Twitter. It's kind of embarrassing, but if you follow me there, you can join in. I'm a costume artist and fitness pro, and I'm also an advocate for the deaf and hard of hearing. But these days, I'm just leaning really hard into the RPG, D&D enthusiast spec of what I am. I'm playing in some really cool one-shots like this one. This blew my mind, really exciting, so much fun to be a part of it. You guys are like amazing role players, and I learned so much just being at this table, virtual, so thank you.
Thank you.
Same here,
And last but not least, our fearless DM, Andrew Cosby. Do you have anything you can talk about, or is it all top secret?
I mean, I can't talk about a lot of stuff. I can tell you that I'm in the process of running a cyberpunk series for Amazon. That's not going to be named. I can't name it, but it's going to be awesome, and or at least I hope it's going to be awesome. And but I am the big project that I'm working on right now is that I'm developing a live action Dungeons and Dragons series with E1, and the folks at E1 are amazing. I hope it's the series that fans are waiting for. I'm certainly a fan. My goal is to create a series that's the series that I would stand outside in the rain in line for, and I also plan for it to be very fan forward. I want the show, the behind the scenes of the show, to incorporate to basically reach out with open arms to the fans in the community and the gaming community for ideas, and I really want it to be a lot. I mean, I'm inspired by the work they've done on Stranger Things and how fan forward that show is, and I'm a huge fan of it. I'm obviously a fan of everyone on here. I'm a big fan. I've worked with David before, and I can say that his portrayal of Hellboy was definitely not what was wrong with that film. That I think he did an amazing job. I think he was a killer Hellboy, and I will go to my grave saying that.
Thank you.
And he's just an amazing actor, and Matthew, Deborah, I'm big fans as well, and now I'm a big fan of yours too. I want to see Fallon in more action. I want to see Fallon the monk. do more cool stuff.
She's killing it, dude. I know. I'm like the dead weight here in this group. You guys are all freaking awesome, man. That's like, it's amazing. But let's see. After this, I'm gonna be going to Discord to the Luke's Lounge chat where he's gonna chat. Gygax is gonna stop by. I bet Stefan Picorni will stop in. So please join us there. I have a couple dice projects coming up this year. Everybody loves dice, right? Every gamer needs more dice. So I'm gonna be doing that under my Gaxworks logo. A couple exciting announcements coming up. But that's it, man. Thank you so much. What a wonderful Saturday. I mean, I'm blown away. I had such a wonderful time tonight, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being part of GaryCon.
Well, likewise. Thanks for having us, man. This was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate everyone's energy. And you guys are all great. You guys are great. Awesome. Matthew, I'm gonna be calling you to buy some stuff.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't have to call me.
He's got it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Much love, you guys.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for everyone who donated tonight.
Yeah, thank you.